Sunny skies, 93 for the high, and definitely a jump up in the humidity. And that in turn is going to pop showers and thunderstorms scattered about during the afternoon hours. Some of the storms, though widespread severe weather is not likely, but some of these storms will produce very heavy downpours of rain, thunder, lightning, and some gusty winds. So we kind of have to pay attention. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms, 75. Still unsettled Friday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, 89 degrees. That continues Friday night. Saturday, partly sunny. Couple of showers and storms around, but fading, 87. Sunday, partly sunny, 87. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm. We've got clouds. It's 86 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Sandberg Phoenix serves your business in litigation, intellectual property, and products liability. We're more than a law firm. We're committed to your success. Learn more at sandbergphoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloor.com.
DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Thursday to everybody.
Happy Thursday.
Wheeler is out until Monday. He is taking his kids to a baseball tournament.
Have fun.
That's one way to put it.
What if they were all his kids?
Just a bunch of little red
He
hairs.
just didn't mention it until now.
Loud talking Wheelers.
I asked him one time if he ever thinks of the kids on his team as like his own children, and he was like, "Of course I don't. That would be weird." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I guess maybe."
It's a classic Andrew question.
And a classic Wheeler answer.
Yes.
Yeah, I could have told you the answer to that one. Pretty easy. So, yeah, it's just the three of us for today and tomorrow. We have a good show today, though. Brad Young will be with us at 2. Brad's always great. Ricky Horton at 2:30. Wiggins is back at 3. He was a big hit last week. Elam's in at 4, and we usually just kind of screw around with Elam, but I really want to talk about Amendment 4 and 5. You know, like I find them really interesting, and I've heard Hancock and Kelly debate it. I kind of want to, kick it around with us, so that should be fun. Let's start with this. I was thinking about last night. There are people alive right now who have never been lost. Like young people who have always had a phone, and their parents always had a phone, and they've always been able to say, navigate here and do this and do that. And they've, like I have, and I'm sure you guys have, I have many times growing up where I did, been out on old country roads, they all looked exactly alike, and you're like, he said turn left at the barn, but every corner has a barn, and like that's a human experience to be really lost. Like, this is going to take me a while to figure out where I'm going. And there are people who just never experience that.
It's true.
It's weird.
It is odd.
Mm-hmm.
However, I always say I don't think I would have been able to have this career if I was not born in this exact time, because I really needed GPS to get around. Like basically anywhere.
Yeah.
I
do now.
I know the city so much better. I've lived in the city 10 years now, so now I'm like, okay, I pretty much know where I'm going. Like I feel like I could navigate to a lot of places without Google Maps or whatever. But those first couple of years, whoo.
Yeah.
I had no clue what was going on.
I really like being lost, like not in a real way, but if I'm driving somewhere and I try to take a new route and I realize like I have no idea where I am. I've never seen this area before. That happened to me in Chesterfield not that long ago. I just had absolutely no idea where I actually was. And it's like, I don't know, it's kind of it now that I know that I have the like fallback of like, a satellite map in my hands at all times, there's something, it's kind of quaint.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I I guess you just got gas to burn.
Nowhere to be. Yeah, I haven't ridden my motorcycle in a couple years because Phoebe saw a guy fly off a motorcycle and catch on fire and die. And it upset her. So I told her, okay, I'll take a break. And I just haven't done it. But for years and years, living out by the wine country, I would go out on all those like double F, double O roads, really not knowing where I was. Now, I had my phone, so I could have figured it out. But that was lovely, And like you just pull up and find like a greasy spoon restaurant, stop, get a burger. And it was good times, which I don't do anymore because Phoebe saw a guy die.
So you guys think of that as like a good feeling?
If it's controlled,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
you're not actually lost,
right?
Yeah, it's not good. Lost. It's not fun to be like hopelessly lost in like a strange area and really don't know how you're going to get to where you're going. But if you have the ability to find out and you're choosing instead to be like, well, what's around this corner? That's kind of fun to me, at least. And then you look at the gas prices and you go, oh, I've made a horrible mistake.
Teresa brings up the new Little House on the Prairie for Rach. Are you going to partake?
Oh, yes. I was waiting for today, July 9th. I kind of lost track. Yeah, today's the day. It may have come out yesterday. I got my dates all mixed up. No, it premieres today.
So
Teresa's on it.
I watched it. Everyone did. And I watched... I wasn't much of a Waltons guy.
Me neither.
But for some reason, I have the most effed up TikTok you've ever seen. It runs the gambit. And for some reason, I'm getting like Little House on the Prairie and Waltons. And I just have to say, both of those fathers were complete monsters. Complete a-holes.
Pa?
Yes.
Why do you say that about Michael Landon?
He was constantly mad and trying to fight someone over wheat or whatever it was. And he was just an a-hole.
He's standing up for his family.
Pa in the books is like a total sweetheart. Yeah. A wonderful man.
Michael Landon, no. And then the Waltons guy.
What about Mr. Walton?
He was way worse. He was just a constant a-hole.
We'll look up. Is Mr. Walton a bad man?
I don't remember like any storyline from the Waltons. I just remember
they only had one.
Well, at the end of the episode, they would just do that exterior shot of the house. Like that's all that comes to my mind when you say Waltons.
So that was the show where they do the like good night, Paul.
Yeah.
Good night, Billy.
Yeah. And you really wonder, like, was that how everyone was like in the 30s? Everyone was just mad all the time.
Well, they shot it in the 70s.
No, but it's based on the 30s.
The Waltons was?
Yeah.
Little House was like the 1880s.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the Waltons was in the 1930s?
I think so. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't watch it, so I could be wrong about that. But yeah, it wasn't like in the 1800s or the 1950s.
Yeah, you're right. It's the life of a Depression era family.
Boom.
No offense. Why would you make a show about the Depression? It's one thing to make a movie, but like every week I'm going to tune in and see how depressed
Still got no
was.
food.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun.
It was called The Depression. We had a rough idea of what it was like.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom was born in 27, and she tells these stories that, not stories, like she's lying, but, she was a seamstress, and she learned to sew because they would get flour sacks or potato sacks. I think flour sacks. And back then they used to make flour sacks with a print on them because people would make clothes out of them. And that's mostly what she would wear to school is she would make her own dresses out of flour sacks. Sounds made up, doesn't it?
Yeah. Wow.
You had to be resourceful back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love Little House. I love the books. They also did like a Rose Ingalls Wilder book series following Laura Ingalls Wilder's daughter.
Yeah.
And there was like a big thing where, okay, so back then women covered their ankles, but if you're a little girl, your ankles could be out. So it was
Seems
like
wrong.
Well, it was like, it's kind of like when you're a little girl and you run around without a shirt. It's not a big deal up until you reach a certain point. So it was like Rose wanted the long dress, but Laura Ingalls Wilder was like, "Oh no, you've got like one summer left," and she guilted her mom into letting her get the long dress. And they were like so stressed out about the extra 3 yards of fabric that was going to take to make the dress. It's the kind of stuff I enjoyed reading as a child.
Yeah,
I loved
you
hardship.
were something. Yeah,
Hardship, manual
really
labor.
did.
Yes.
Did Half Pint Sister Mary go blind from looking at the sun?
I don't think it was from looking at the sun. She had, I feel like she had scarlet fever, and that's what caused her to go blind.
Where did I get that? What?
Looking at the sun.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it was like that on the show. I don't remember the show storyline.
Huh.
But no, she had an illness, and then she went blind. Now, on the television show, Mary finds a young man, and they fall in love, and they get married. That I don't think she ever got married in real life.
Oh.
They took a lot of creative liberties with the 1970s Little House on the Prairie. I'm pretty excited for this new version that Teresa and Emily on the stream are talking about, because it seems pretty close to the books just from what I've seen from the trailers and stuff.
Was there a rapist clown?
Not in real life, but on the show, yes. There was a lot
Seems
of
like
weird
taking quite a
storylines.
liberty.
Yeah, like I said, the fact that they lived in Walnut Grove for like the entire show, that's super false. That was a very short period of time in Laura Ingalls Wilder's actual life. They moved around all over the place.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
We've learned a lot about Little House on the Prairie.
It's fascinating. I have not seen the show, so this is all like...
Does it intrigue you?
No, but I love...
She went blind from looking at the sun.
I love hearing about it out of context, because I tell you what, I know that in context, it's a sweet show about growing up on the range, and out of context, it is the most insane, hysterical thing about rapist clowns and fighting dads and going blind from staring into celestial bodies.
Yeah.
And I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, I never read the books because they were in books, but... Like the show was kind of crazy.
It wasn't. I actually just saw an art. I almost sent it to you, Dave, but it was an article written the other day about. It was like a fever dream. The show from the 70s.
Yeah,
just all the different storylines.
Didn't Ma almost have to cut her hand off?
It was her leg.
She's gonna cut her leg off.
She had like a bad infection, and Pa was out of town for whatever reason.
Was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How convenient.
Yeah. Thanks for nothing, Pa, as usual.
He was out fighting.
Yeah, he was at a
Mr.
fight club.
Walton out kicking people's asses. Did you have a crush on the brother?
Albert?
Yeah.
No.
No? He was a cute kid.
Let's see this. Let's see this
It was
fool.
fine. I think I could do a little better than Albert.
On the show? Mr. French?
I didn't have a crush on anyone on Little House.
Manly?
That's not what it was about. It wasn't about that. It was about hardship.
It's
Sewing,
not what it was
cooking.
about. Look, I know I was a little freak, but it didn't matter what it was about. I found someone to have a crush on.
No, I mean, maybe I had like a
Here we
brief
go.
crush on Albert, but
Here
it's
we
not
go.
something
There we
that's
go.
stuck in my
Okay.
head in any
Yeah.
way.
All
It was
right.
not a real crush.
All right.
Yeah.
Not like Jared from Zoom.
So it was more of like a any port in a storm situation. Life was hard back in those times.
Well, Albert didn't exist, by the way. Completely concocted for the show in the 1970s.
My cousin Oliver.
Right, sure. I mean, I think the entire Brady Bunch was fake, but for Little House, they just made up a kid that they
Cousin
adopted.
Oliver was not canon.
Unlike the real life Brady.
But he eventually becomes addicted to morphine, and that's a huge storyline on the show.
Did he kill the rapist clown?
He was heavily involved in the episode. I don't think he murdered him. No. But he...
Talk about a twist of flip of the script.
I feel bad that this is the segment.
No, I love this. We're
So
killing it.
I'm having a lot of fun.
The
We're
clown
killing it.
episode, Albert was like hanging out with this girl. They were like kind of boyfriend and girlfriend.
Did that bother you?
No, it didn't.
Was it Sylvia?
I don't know.
So it says here the rapist Irv Hartwig, who wore
Let's
a clown
stop
mask.
saying that word.
Sorry,
please.
the man Irv Hartwig, who wore a clown mask, corners Sylvia in a barn trying to attack her. Albert Ingalls arrives, pulls Hartwig off of the ladder, and then It's Charles, Sylvia's father.
That kills
Charles
him.
Ingalls runs in and shoots the.
It's not Charles Ingalls.
It says right here. Oh, arrives with Charles Ingalls and shoots the attacker.
Craig says, "Where's Wheeler when you need him?" He would have shut this down a long time ago.
The important thing
Craig,
to
you're
remember.
on thin ice, so you better keep your mouth shut.
The important thing to remember about the clown episode is it was completely unnecessary. There was not one drop of that was historically accurate.
That's what we need to remember?
That was just what the producers and the writers said, you know what, this is going to make a good episode. It's going to make a good episode.
Do you think, real question, had they been faithful to the boring books, do you think the television show would have made it?
No. No, it was the 70s, so you're competing with like Charlie's Angels.
That's true.
And they're all running around doing whatever they were doing. Like, you had to kind of try to up the drama.
I feel you.
They can't be crossing the prairie in the
I'm thinking about going back and watching it again now.
Human race, a celebration. Mr. Blue Sky's up there waiting. And today is the day we've waited for.
Bill, that's a big smile for an old politician.
I'm thinking about our plan. It's slick enough to make a lobbyist blush. First, we hoodwink voters with Amendment 5. Tell them it's a tax cut. Once they're hooked, we decide who pays the higher taxes.
So it's not a tax cut plan, and we don't get a say?
Right, just swaps who pays the tax, but it does remove 3 voter-passed taxpayer constitutional protections. That lets us levy new taxes on services, increase sales taxes, and even tax home sales. And voters will no longer get to vote on tax hikes.
Higher sales taxes on groceries, gas, service taxes on doctor visits, childcare, and even rent on apartments. Jeez. Taxes could exceed 20%.
Sure, they figure that up to 80% of taxpayers will pay more taxes. Many, hundreds more. Seniors, they'll get hit even harder. But our big donors will cut a fat hog.
The ones getting butchered by Amendment 5 are most taxpayers. I'm voting no on 5.
Paid for by Missourians for fair taxation.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know, I'm always talking about taking care of everybody else. The kids, the family, the job, the house, the calendar. But today, I want to talk about you taking care of you. Because if you don't take care of you, who's going to take care of them? What if you could better understand your risk for chronic disease before symptoms begin? Simon Cancer Center has a tool called Your Disease Risk, and it does just that. It helps you get a better understanding of your risk for chronic disease and cancer before symptoms even start. It looks at things like lifestyle, family history, everyday habits, nutrition, physical activity, tobacco use, sleep, and screenings. Because your health story is shaped by more than just genetics. And knowledge is powerful. When you know your risk, you can make better choices, ask better questions, and the ability to take actions early. Listen, it only takes a few minutes, but it can help guide decisions that matter for years to come. Prevention starts with awareness, and awareness starts with you. Visit sitement.washu.edu/YDR and take the Your Disease Risk Assessment today. Just a few minutes a day could make a difference for years to come. That website again is sitement.washu.edu/YDR.
Most sellers put their home on the market and just wait to see what happens. This is Debbie Monterey. I'm with Gloria Liu, your home sold guaranteed realty. Gloria, is there a better way to sell?
There is. Instead of listing your home the traditional way and hoping for the right buyer, I can get you up to 8 competitive cash offers right from the start. That means you're not guessing what your home might sell for. You're looking at the real offers and choosing the one that works the best for you. It also helps you to set the right price and create stronger demand if you decide to go to market. It gives you control, leverage, and a clear path forward before you accept just any offer. And remember, I'll guarantee to sell your home at 100% of the market value, or I'll pay you the difference.
Before you sell your home, see what your options are. Call the one I trust, Gloria Liu, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize! Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
100 years of service and still at your service. KMOX.
Songs like this are kind of why I'm a dork, because this is the kind of stuff I grew up listening to before I discovered actual rock music, and I still love it. Like, this is Orleans, the one to do You're Still the One, which I think we're playing next.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I grew up on this pop bull crap, and just I thought this was like heavy metal.
This is real music. This is real rock and roll.
I just want to do some stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And then we left the show on a cliffhanger yesterday when we said we were going to do the white people phrases that non-white people love, right?
Yes.
And so we'll do that when we come back from the bottom of the hour. Can't shortchange that. Okay, stupid stuff. Last night I was eating popcorn, and I don't think I've ever eaten popcorn in my life that I didn't choke, because I'm a choker. And here's my question. Is it a popcorn hull or a popcorn husk that gets stuck in your throat?
I've never heard of hull before.
I've also never heard of whole.
Please let there be one person on the stream who's as white trash as me and called it popcorn hulls. I could be making that up, though.
Because a hull would be like
a peanut.
Like on a boat. Because a peanut I would also call a husk or a shell.
So hull has nothing to do with food.
No, it does, Dave. I just Googled it.
Vic says hull.
The popcorn hull is the hard outer shell of the kernel. It's actually essential for popping because it traps steam until pressure builds in the kernel.
I was right about that. I was right about the clown. I was right about Rach being in love with Albert.
Oh, my gosh.
So then it is the hull, then. That would be the proper thing to call it.
Yeah, how's it feel to be so wrong?
I've never been this wrong.
Yeah.
Now, I
really
also... Okay, so husks are also hulls. So we're both right.
Okay. I can live with that.
Back on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can compromise.
We are
live with
so back.
Well, have you got them caught in your throat?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
as a kid, I used to panic. Like when I get something in my eye, I just knew this was the rest of my life. Like there's no way this is coming out of my eye.
Ooh, this is going to bother you, Dave.
Uh-oh.
A couple weeks ago, I was having a problem. My eyes were getting really dry during the day.
Yep.
So then when it was time to take my contacts out at night, I couldn't get them off my eye.
Yeah.
So I tried to put contact solution in there. That wasn't really helping. I'm trying to close my eyelid and move it around with my finger. After a while, I just put a bunch of contact solution in there and then kept my eye closed, and it finally loosened.
Yeah.
But just the fact that the contact can get stuck like that, and when you're trying to unstick it and it's not working, I feel as crazy as I've ever felt. I'm just basically trying not to have a meltdown.
I remember
It's not
when
fun.
Nick got his contacts when he was probably 12 and went to some place in Kirkwood, one of the chain places. And the lady said, I'm going to take him back and work with him. You don't need to see this. because I guess it was going to be so, touching your eye for the first time and all that.
It is hard the first couple of
Let me ask you this.
couple of days.
I have a core memory, 4th or 5th grade. One of my friends went running across the playground because, in my memory, his contact lens had gone down into his cheek. Did I make that up? Is that possible?
I think it is possible for it to get down there, but the thought
Then they
of
shouldn't
it,
even make them.
the thought of it happening rapidly is a little weird.
It was the playground. Tell you guys about John Moriarty, E3 Wealth. If you need financial help, and who doesn't? And as I've been saying in my last couple of lives for John, I know so many lawyers who are in legal trouble and so many doctors who ignore their own health. So if you're a really kick-ass business owner or entrepreneur and you've grown your business, doesn't mean that you necessarily know everything about how to plan financially for the next step. Certainly doesn't mean that you're going to know how to set the wheels in motion to pass your thriving business on to your kids or to sell it to a competitor or something like that. John is great at this. He's already met with several DGS listeners who own businesses, and each and every one of them just love John. And, yes, we're going to use you. One of the first guys who came in, brought all of his files but kept them in his car because he wanted to make sure that he liked John, and it's like a $10 million business, and didn't think that he made enough money to justify it. Dude, you're good. And after 30 minutes, went to his car, brought in all the files, and they got to work. It's really easy to make an appointment with John. He's super, super chill. Just go to e3wealth.com.
You work hard, follow the rules, and get absolutely slammed by taxes. Your paycheck taxed, your property taxed, everything you buy taxed. Missouri's tax system isn't broken, it's rigged against you. The lawyers and lobbyists working for big corporations and the super rich buried over 200 loopholes for themselves in our tax code. While they pay nothing on the services they use, working families are taxed over and over. It's no wonder they're lying about Amendment 5. Our corrupt tax system is rigged in their favor. They're getting a free ride on your back. Don't believe their lies. The truth is, Amendment 5 closes loopholes exploited by the super rich and slashes taxes paid by Missouri's working families, phasing out income taxes and cutting property taxes. They finally pay what they owe while you keep what you earn. Vote yes on Amendment 5. Paid for by Missouri Promise PAC.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Steve Butts. As America celebrates its 250th anniversary, Steve Butts and everyone at Crawford Butts Insurance extend their heartfelt wishes for a safe and joyous 4th of July celebration. For generations, Crawford Butts has been proud to serve the community. Steve Butts and the entire Crawford Butts family wish America a very happy 250th.
Partly sunny skies, kind of hot this afternoon and definitely more humid, 93 degrees, and we'll be keeping an eye out for scattered showers and thunderstorms. The stronger storms will produce heavy downpours of rain, thunder and lightning, and some gusty winds. So let's keep an eye on the sky. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms, 75. Still unsettled on Friday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, 89. That trend continues Friday night. Starts to get better over the weekend. Saturday, partly sunny, a couple of showers and thunderstorms, but fading, 87 degrees. Sunday looking fine, partly sunny, and 87. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
The thing that you need in the morning, when you first wake up.
Total Information AM.
I like to be informed with the news and like to know, in the mornings, I like to know what's going on.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
It's always smart to know what's going on.
Your morning news and information.
The national and local news.
Weather.
Sports.
I like the traffic reports.
Total Information AM.
I listen to it in the mornings, so it really gets me going.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This has been a test of the emergency alert system. This was only a test.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
Love your low mortgage rate but need extra cash? Don't refinance. Get a Scott Credit Union home equity line of credit for home renovations or debt consolidation. Learn more at scu.org. Rates vary. Terms and conditions apply.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
How can I tell that story that just happened? That was really funny. Okay, I was offering Andrew drugs that he's not prescribed for.
You guys love doing that with each other.
As he offered to me last week, and I said, "Yeah, the pills are just a little too big for my taste." And Andrew goes, "Do they go in your mouth?
Do they go this one or the other one?"
Are there pills? I mean, I've made that rectal joke so many times in the show, but are there pills?
Oh, yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, they're called suppositories.
No, I know that, but I mean, like a suppository to me is a suppository. Like it has one function. It's made of gelatin. You put it up there so you can go.
I think there are specifically pills that are that shape, but yeah, I believe there are.
Well, there are people who can't swallow. Mm-hmm. So I guess,
Yeah, the thing about taking a pill that way is it's going to happen a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So
maybe I'll start.
Gotta be careful about that kind of thing.
If you are vomiting and can't keep stuff down, acetaminophen and anti-nausea medications can be done that way.
That's how I got my first one with the Light Bright.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was throwing up.
Yeah.
7 years old, wearing my skin tight yellow St. Louis Football Cardinals pajamas, and my mom and dad brought home a Light Bright, which should have been my first red flag because they just didn't bring home toys, and they're like, "Yeah, why don't you cozy up there on the couch and play the Light Bright? Maybe make a clown face." And then they're like, "It'd be great. Why don't you lay on your stomach and do it?" And I'm like, this is getting a little weird, but okay. And I'm just about halfway through that clown's hat. Suddenly, pants are down, butt cheeks akimbo. They didn't warn me. They didn't tell me what this was. They were just doing it.
Ain't that always the way?
I don't think they achieved.
No?
I think my defenses were pretty sound.
Okay.
Yeah. Glovers can clench their butt pretty good. I'll tell you that. So yesterday we left you with a cliffhanger. Rach has... Well, Rach, you just set it up.
Okay, I saw this on BuzzFeed. It's basically people who aren't white sharing their favorite stereotypical white people phrases. Now, obviously, it's not limited to just white people. It's just kind of a funny way of putting it. Yeah. These are more so like just dorky things people say. I say a lot of these. Let's start with newsflash, buddy. That one's good.
And that has to go back to like the 40s.
Oh, yes. Like
right?
all of these are like kind of old-timey in that set. Like you could hear these in Back to the Future or something like that. Get a load of this guy. That's a fun one. Who died and made you king?
Uh-huh.
So it said, you can't just waltz in here. You're barking up the wrong tree, buddy.
Yep, that's a good one. I like that one.
I like this one. Oh, that is rich coming from you.
Mm-hmm. I've used all of these within the past 15 days. Yeah.
Someone said, my white dad says, I've had it up to here while holding his hand over his head. You're on thin ice, Buster. Screw you and the horse you rode in on is top tier. Oh, yeah, tough guy. Dave, you say this one, I don't give a rat's ass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I say that a lot.
Okay, this one.
This is just me driving home every day talking to myself.
Well, here's a good one. Every white person that has come back for their car keys, not going to get far without these. Let's see. You're cruising for a bruising.
Yep.
What's that, Andrew?
My dad's a big fan of when they drop off the check on the table. You go, oh, but we were getting along so well. That's a classic.
I can totally see your dad saying that.
That's a classic.
I've got bigger fish to fry.
Yep.
I feel like I say that on the show a lot. Well, looked what the cat dragged in.
Okay, here's what's fascinating about this. We all know these. We all use them from time to time. When's the last time a new one was made up? Like these nonsensical, like none of these make much sense. I don't give a rat's ass. That makes no sense. Like when's the last time someone said something like that and it stuck and now we say it?
Oh, I mean, don't you think with TikTok and Twitter and all that, internet speak kind of trickles down into everyday speak?
Yeah, maybe.
Like we say, well, like clocked is a good example.
Yeah,
I feel like none of us were
true.
saying that a couple years ago, and then it became an internet thing, and now we're like, I wasn't even clocking that.
That's true. I thought I was so out of it because I didn't have TikTok at the time. But when Wheeler first joined the show and he would go, let's go, I really thought he made that up.
Oh.
Like I thought he had originated that.
Well, that would be amazing if Wheeler came up with that. No, that's a common, like, especially like, I hate to say it, but like little boys say that a lot.
Oh boy, we've had a theme today. Here, let me give you some advice. If you're ever on this show, if you out there listening ever make it as a castmate on the show, just don't miss a day.
Yeah.
Don't miss a day.
I'm taking vacation at the end of the month, and I'm like, here we go. No. That's where it all comes out.
Andrew will vouch. I know when I'm not here, you guys make fun of me because I'm easy to make fun of and I'm weird and I get it and it's fine. Totally fine. Andrew, when you're gone, we make fun of you.
Yeah, I know.
When Wheeler's gone, we make fun of him. We never make fun of her.
We should.
Yeah, you should.
But we
don't care.
do we? Like when she's gone, I don't remember ever sitting around with you.
That's because I'm boring. I don't do funny things like you guys.
Like total Rachel.
The show changes in different ways though, because the show is definitely different when you're not here. It does definitely turn into, as we say, barking with my dogs.
Yeah.
Like some of the riffs that you will step in and go, let's change the subject. No one else does.
Yeah, when you were gone,
turns out you're the only one who.
When
does
you
that.
were in Japan, Steve was getting for real worried. Like first couple of days, he's like, "Oh, I really miss Rach," and then by the end, he's like, "You guys need to."
But he was sending us all those texts about the show and stuff. It's because it was must listen radio.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
You had no idea what horrible thing we were gonna say next.
Last night, I DoorDashed some Chinese food, and from a new place I'd never heard of, at a 4.9 rating, and it was horrible. Absolutely terrible. Here's my question. And DoorDashing, anything's like $25. So you just spent $25 on a plate full of food that's terrible. Here's my question. Do you guys eat it?
If I ordered well, it depends on how terrible. Like, what was terrible about it?
It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm going to be, peeing out my butt all night to eat this. It was just like, I don't like this. Isn't it good?
I have to say I've been lucky enough. I don't know that I've ever gotten food delivered and been like disgusted by it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty much going to eat it unless it's inedible because of the fact that I just spent all the money on it.
Yeah, I'm typically not that worried about the money I spent, but I ate way too much of it because of that reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kept thinking, this is so stupid. It's bad. Why it's making you unhappy.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely, if it's making you unhappy, you shouldn't eat it. That's the sunk cost fallacy, right?
Mhm.
Where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I paid for this, so I have to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if you're going to be more miserable doing something than not doing something, you can't do it just because you've already invested in it.
My big one with that, as you guys know, I like to go to the ball game by myself on Sundays. And last season, probably half a dozen times, I bought a ticket. I bought a really good ticket. Cost a little bit of money. But then Sunday rolled around, and I'm like, it'd really be nice to not go. And the times I didn't go were fine. You know? I felt like, okay, this was the right move.
I've never, like, on the sunk cost fallacy, I've never, like, not done something for fear of the money that I spent or whatever and regretted it and been like, what a waste, blah, blah. It's always been like, oh, thank goodness I did not want to do that, and I'm so excited to have my whole Sunday or whatever it is.
Can I always depend on Vic to remind you of something stupid. Vic says, Dave, you ate part of the baby vomit DoorDash. Yes. Yes, I did.
Yeah, but the baby didn't vomit on the DoorDash.
That's what I tried to tell Nick.
The baby was vomiting on the lawn.
That was the first time, because if you're old enough, you know that at some point your parents become your children. And that was the first time it happened with me and Nick. When the baby delivered our food and was throwing up, and it was Taco Bell, and he turned around, I was eating a hard-shell taco, and he was like, you just need to put that down. And I tried to argue, like, well, you didn't throw up in the bag. He's like, just put it away.
It's 1:44. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Your bathroom should feel less routine and more daily escape. At Michael's Baths, they can transform ordinary bathrooms into a beautiful, comfortable space for homeowners across St. Louis and surrounding areas. And now they're introducing new premium walls. If you love the look of stone without the upkeep, you're going to love this. Sleek, durable, designed to elevate your space. For a limited time, enjoy a free rain shower head or upgrade with safety features like grab bars or a built-in seat. Call Michael's Baths today and schedule a free consultation. 636-775-0800.
If you or someone you know suffered any injuries involving a deployed airbag, you could be entitled to compensation. Morgan & Morgan has already recovered millions. Get America's largest injury law firm fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Tell you guys about Susan L. Ward. Talk about her pretty much every day. She's not going to be significant to you unless you or someone in your life is going through a divorce or thinking about going through a divorce. And so let's just say that you're in the latter group, that you are thinking about it, but you haven't really told a lot of people yet. The very best thing you can do is talk to a really good divorce attorney who practices specifically in that jurisdiction. Now, the good thing about Susan L. Ward is she has multiple satellite offices. So she spends a lot of time in St. Louis County, but she's also in Jefferson County and St. Charles County and Warren County. And she's just a larger-than-life figure that everyone knows. Every judge knows her. I am quite positive that every judge respects her, and that's a big deal. You go into court with someone who the judge is going to have a benefit of the doubt for because they know her ethics, they know her intelligence, they know that she probably knows the law as well or better than they do. She's going to get not breaks like as in, but kind of like, tie goes to the runner kind of thing. So talk to Susan. She'll answer all of your questions in detail. Then you'll have a much better basis on which to decide which way to move forward. 314-783-9400, stlfamilylaw.com.
Milo's Money Days are here, and we're making it rain for rewards members. For the first time ever, when you make a purchase of $200 or more through July 12th, you'll get up to $30 back in extra Milo's money. Not a member yet? Join for free today, because members get more at Lowe's. Milo's Money Award varies based on status. Members in Gold get 30, Silver get 20, and Bronze get 10. Milo's Money valid for 30 days. Restrictions and more terms at Lowe's.com/Milo's Money Days.
You feel it every time you check out. Prices up, paychecks stretched, families squeezed. That's why Ann Wagner's fighting to get government off your back and out of your way. Wagner passed the largest tax cut in American history, expanded child tax credits, ended taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security. And Wagner is working to lower costs so families keep more of their hard-earned money. But Ann Wagner knows delivering from Missouri means more than just protecting their wallets. It means protecting our streets as well. That's why Wagner fought to secure our border, deport dangerous illegal aliens, partner with law enforcement, and put predators behind bars and off our streets so our neighborhoods and communities stay safe. Because real effective leadership protects what matters most: your money, your family, your safety. Ann Wagner for Congress.
I'm Ann Wagner, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Ann Wagner for Congress.
Hi, I'm Michelle from Bethesda. You've probably heard me talk with Dave on the air about Bethesda in general, but not specifically about the Bethesda Terrace Independent Living Community in Oakville. What makes Bethesda Terrace truly special is our gorgeous 10-acre backyard with water features and walking paths. It's the perfect place to relax and enjoy yourself with friends. And if you have a dog, we have a dog park. Our experienced team would love to show you how easy it is to join the Bethesda family. Go to BethesdaHealth.org and click Contact Us. Complete the form. We'll take it from there.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Attorney Brad Young is with us in the next segment or two. Talk about some interesting legal cases. Talk about some politics. Hey, you want to get mad? So I'd never heard of this dude. I guess he runs NASA. His name's Isaacman. And he also is obviously rich because he owns this company that have military jets, but they're privatized, blah, 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 blah. And he wanted to be a part of the 250th anniversary air show. And so he put in a request to the FAA, and they said no, because you're flying very old military jets. We don't know who your pilots are. It doesn't feel safe, and you're flying them over thousands of people. No. So he called a couple of his buddies in the administration, did a couple hinky things, and showed up anyway and flew. That makes me mad. Guess who flew with him? Todd Blanche. Am I the only one so tired of this, like, Make-A-Wish? Like Kash Patel and Todd Blanche and, you know, Kash Patel's diving at the Arizona and Todd Blanche is flying illegally in jets over Americans. It's like,
yeah,
it's just bleh.
Yeah, I mean, it is gross, and it's just so blatant and in our face. I don't know if things like this used to happen all of the time and we just didn't know about it.
Right.
But
yeah.
it does feel like either the media is really glomming on and exposing it in a way they didn't in the past. I'm open to that. But it also does feel like it's just very blatantly like, hey, we're in charge and we're going to do exactly what we want because that's the perks of the job.
Speaking of politicos doing stupid things, this one really made me laugh. There's this Republican activist, which I'd never heard those two words back to back, from Florida, who just looks like a you-know-what. And he was arrested for soliciting an undercover police officer for sex. And the deal they made was $60. And now he's mad because he's saying everyone deserves a private life, and this is what I do in mine. So just back it up.
I mean,
I'm more caught up in the $60 thing. It's like,
I mean, that's quite a defense. Like, hey, stay out of my bedroom. Like, well, you were soliciting what I guess you thought was a sex worker, which that is illegal. So I can't like rob a bank and then go like, whoa, this is my private time. Leave me alone. So, I mean, I appreciate the effort, but I don't think it's going to work on this one, sir.
You know what else I'm mad at? Squatters. You familiar?
Like just people who move into houses?
Yes. Okay. You ever get this on TikTok?
No.
See, it's another crazy thing I get on TikTok.
I'm wondering if this is as common of a thing as maybe we're being led to believe it is by the algorithm.
TikTok is changing my reality?
No. I think sometimes, like the squatters thing, it does feel like, oh my gosh, how do you get these people under control? But then think it through, like, how did they get in that position in the first? How is this happening?
Yeah. I mean, I think people just break into houses and stay.
And how can the law be like, well, they're having a good time? What do you want us to kick them out? They're having so much fun in there.
Yeah. See, I'm 20% WashU Law, 80% South Roxana. Like, I would, if I were in charge, which one day I will be, if I were in charge and someone's squatting, just go in, drag them out, and beat them to a pole.
Yeah, I guess it has to be state by state, right, as far as the squatting laws?
Oh, probably.
Because if the squatting thing was as widespread as, like I said, we are led to believe, no one would ever get evicted. But people get evicted all the time.
Yeah, but it takes a really long time. Like months and months and months. Sometimes a year.
And that's because they need like the cops to show up and do it or something?
Yeah, you have to go to court, you have to do this, you have to do that, then you have to get the sheriff, then you have to go there, then you have to that. And like, look, I'm not saying for people, I'm a little more sympathetic if you at one point legally were living in this place and then you stop paying rent or whatever, like, okay, you don't get to stay, but I understand we can't just show up and put your, stuff on the lawn. But for squatters?
Yeah, here in Missouri, apparently a squatter can legally claim ownership of a property through adverse possession if they occupy the premises continuously, openly, exclusively, and without the owner's consent for a period of 10 years.
Yeah.
And I guess the reasoning behind that is, hey, you weren't taking care of your property. You didn't look in on it. I've been here this whole time. The property loves me now. I am the property's owner. Which is like, that feels really un-American.
I remember the day I learned about adverse possession.
That feels crazy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you didn't eat that bag of chips for 2 weeks. It's my bag of chips now.
If you and I lived next door to each other and I started mowing a 20-foot wide patch of your lawn, and I did it for, I thought it was 7 years. And if I did it for 7 years openly and hostilely, not meaning like, hey, but just like, hey, I'm doing this, and you let me, my understanding was then you could claim that property.
You could claim my property.
Yes. I know.
And so if I came out and I said, hey, don't do that, like, where's the record of that? That's where it seems to get really murky, right? Is it's like, hey, I've been telling him not to, but we haven't been in like a physical confrontation about it. Oh, have you guys seen Neighbors on HBO?
No, but I would like to very much.
You would love it, Andrew.
Which one is this?
So it's like a docuseries almost, but it's really funny and it's edited really quickly. And it's some the production companies, they do a really good job, and it's basically just disputes between neighbors.
Oh God, that would
like
make me
all over the country. It's really funny and really good. You should check it out.
So it's funny.
Yes, extremely.
I don't know, Rachel. Yesterday, Wheeler made it pretty clear that horror shows can't be funny. So I don't know how they're doing that. I'll tell you guys about Stewie, Stewart's American Mortgage. He was just in yesterday, and great dude. Really takes care of people. He is extending the 1% deal. And what that is if you do a new 30-year mortgage with Stewie, the bagel loan, bagel looks like zero. You pay zero fees. He's the only guy in town that does that. So it's been really great for him. If you do that, he's going to reduce your interest rate by 1% for the first year. And his thinking behind that is that people in the mortgage business seem to think that interest rates will drop somewhere between a year and a half from now. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but that's what these guys think. And so when that happens, you'll have a lower interest rate, but you may be paying more for your house because now everyone's out there and the interest rates have fallen. You get what he's getting at. And so this is his way to bridge that, to get you a year at a lower interest rate. And then if they do lower it, you can lower it again. You can refinance again. I'm going to give you his personal cell phone. Use it anytime you want. 314-324-4440. 324-4440. Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS 226715.
If you're having a major project done at your house, it can be a long process. It can be kind of tedious or frustrating, and hopefully, though, when it's all done, you can stand back and look and think, oh my gosh, this is an incredible improvement. Sometimes it doesn't work that way, though, if you choose the wrong company. That's why I'm telling you that if you're thinking about a major project in your outdoor space, even a minor project, call Chesterfield Fence and Deck, because Chesterfield Fence and Deck is the sign you have the very best. They only use the highest quality products. They have their own installation crews with years of experience. That is extremely important. And Chesterfield Fence and Deck has been around for 58 years, a quality company, and they offer value. They're not going to be your cheapest bid, but they're going to be the best, and it's going to last for years to come. So you can stand back and think, money well spent. They'll offer you 48 months interest-free financing if you mention me, Debbie Monterey. Stop by and visit them, or visit them online right now at chesterfieldfence.com. Chesterfield Fence and Deck.
This year, America celebrates 250 years. 2.5 centuries of courage, sacrifice, and family stories passed down from one generation to the next. Hi, I'm Nick Mako.
And I'm Adam Baselogger, founders of Legacy Box. Your family's piece of the American story is sitting in an attic or closet right now, trapped on aging VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, film reels, and fading photos.
Those boxes hold moments you can never recreate. Your wedding day, your children's voices when they were little, grandparents coming back to life on screen.
Over 2 million families have trusted Legacy Box. And we've just partnered with the USO to digitize fragile handwritten letters from World War II, helping preserve American history for future generations.
As America turns 250, remember that your family is a part of the American story. Preserving those voices, faces, and moments is a part of your responsibility to the next generation. Don't let them disappear on your watch.
Visit legacybox.com/radio for our amazing America 250 sale. That's legacybox.com/radio to save.
If you want to be at the center of the soccer universe right now, and you don't have a whole lot more time to do that, we're getting near the end of one of the biggest tournaments in the world, you want to be on FanDuel Sportsbook. And, of course, FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of KMOX. And, look, it's a lot of fun just watching these matches, but it's even more fun when you got a little something on there. So, on the world's biggest stage, FanDuel is looking to take that action and change the game for you. So, look, sometimes when you got action on a soccer match, your player gets subbed off. It happens, right? It's part of the sport, and then your bet goes off with them, but not with FanDuel Super Sub. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player subbed out, your bet stays in. Here's it simple. If your player leaves the match for any reason, injury, strategy, whatever, your bet continues with their substitute. It's that easy. You're in it until the final whistle with FanDuel Sportsbook, and all you got to do to take part is go to FanDuel.com/Missouri, and then let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Remember, you have to be 21 or older and present in Missouri. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood, the voice of St. Louis.
At 2 o'clock, we've got clouds. Right now, it's 86 degrees downtown at the Arch. This just in, more than $1 million in federal disaster money. It says to St. Louis, $586,000 federal dollars headed to the city specifically for debris removal. The May 2025 tornado left an estimated 1 million metric tons of debris across North St. Louis. Recovery has been slow and controversial, with FEMA declining several of the city's requests for reimbursement. Meantime, more than $640,000 in the same package goes to the Urban League for building repairs. 2 people are in custody and facing kidnapping charges related to the remains of a child in Illinois.
According to a post on the Deloge Police Department's Facebook page, 32-year-old Ronell Marquise Jones and 35-year-old Kirsty Dora are both in custody and face kidnapping and harassment charges. Jones is identified as the father of the child in the post. According to a probable cause statement, Jones was taken into custody on June 30th after the mother of the child contacted authorities saying she had not seen her son since April of 2024. She told police the child was last seen with Jones in his car and missing teeth before Jones drove off. While interviewed by law enforcement, Jones gave multiple excuses to the child's whereabouts, including claims the child was in the custody of the Children's Division, to saying he was left with an Amish community in Mississippi where Jones periodically visited him. It was determined through witness statements the child was deceased. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
The St. Louis County Health Department is advising residents to take protections against mosquitoes. The county's first positive sample for the season of the West Nile virus found in mosquitoes in Richmond Heights. The virus is usually spread through an infected mosquito bite and can result in a fever, body aches, joint pain, and vomiting. The department advises people to wear protective clothing and use bug repellent when they're outside.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. David Hearn, the former Olympian accused of vandalizing the pool lining of the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool, appeared in court today. He pleaded not guilty to a felony charge. Last week, after being indicted, U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro alleged witnesses saw the defendant rip a piece of recently installed sealant on June 19th. After the proceeding, his attorney, Norm Eisen, said this.
If Mr. Hearn can be charged with a felony for touching the reflecting pool, every American is at risk.
In an interview with ABC News, Hearn says he bent down to touch an already cracked piece that floated to the surface. Renewed tensions between the U.S. and Iran leading to a breakdown in the ceasefire, the U.S. carrying out strikes on Iranian targets after Iran fired on ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Fans remembering Bonnie Tyler, who died after an illness. The singer, best known for her 80s hit Total Eclipse of the Heart, was being treated at a Portugal hospital. She was 75. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
The Dow from Stifel up 109 points to 52,458. We've got a crash on 70 going westbound at 79. That's in the right lane, right shoulder.
Partly sunny skies, kind of hot this afternoon and definitely more humid, 93 degrees, and we'll be keeping an eye out for scattered showers and thunderstorms. The stronger storms will produce heavy downpours of rain, thunder, lightning, and some gusty winds. So let's keep an eye on the sky. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms, 75. Still unsettled on Friday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, 89. That trend continues Friday night. Starts to get better over the weekend. Saturday, partly sunny, a couple of showers and thunderstorms, but fading, 87 degrees. Sunday looking fine, partly sunny, and 87. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It is a cloudy sky. Right now, 86 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Honey, I found the one.
Oh, I thought I was the one.
Oh, you are, but this one's certified, background check, shows up on time, and can install all the ceiling fans.
Heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing. Trusted pros who do it right.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Happy Thursday to you. I had to think about it there because yesterday was my Monday, and Janelle, forget it. Wheels is out until Monday. You're welcome, and we apologize. So it goes both ways, trust me.
It's always weird when anyone's gone because it's like family dinner is a person short. The vibe is going to be different.
I think it's most weird when Wheeler's gone. Because he talks so much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, he fills so much space, which I appreciate.
I'm going to argue and say it's most weird when Dave Glover is gone on the Dave Glover Show.
Yeah, I never listen. Kidding. Attorney Brad Young joins us. Hello, Brad.
Hey, Dave.
Question. Can you do 2 segments today?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Then I want to start with politics. And though I don't even want to say this because it just makes me seem insane, but I'm so mad at Trump, as used, because he trolls me effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And like yesterday when he was saying, I've been right about everything, I'm like, dude, I have a supercut of 40 times you told us the war in Iran was over in the last 8 weeks, and you were wrong every one of those times. And then a reporter asked him yesterday, like, hey, a week ago you said that the Iranians you're dealing with were rational and good people. And he said, what changed? He goes, I got to know them. That's what being wrong looks like. Like, you took in more information, you changed your mind, you were wrong in the first place. It just makes me insane.
It does. And part of that, I think, is by design. I think his style is such that by doing that, his opponents become emotional.
Yeah.
I mean, think about this. I lose like 95% of my arguments with my wife. Okay. Now, in the real world, I win like 80 something percent of them. But with my wife, I lose almost all of them. Why? Because when I get emotional, then I'm unable to argue effectively. And I think Trump has really mastered that art of making his opponents furious. And then when they're furious, they lose the ability for rational thought.
You're so
and
right.
I don't know if that's intentional on his part, if it's something that he's learned, or whether it's, I don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
But I do know that it's a style that he has effectively mastered, either intentionally or unintentionally.
So setting that aside, how do you handicap this thing with the war in Iran? What are you seeing?
Well, what am I seeing? What I'm seeing at this point is that Iran wants to exercise territorial control over the Strait of Hormuz. And that's even more than what they were previously allowed to do, because there are international guidelines. Your international waters go out a certain amount of space. I think it's like 5 miles from the coast. And so there have been these unofficial rules about how the strait operates so that everyone can transit that effectively. Iran's trying to change that equation by saying they control the strait. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen, not just because of Trump, but Saudi Arabia is never going to allow that to happen. UAE, Bahrain, none of them are going to allow that to happen. So if that becomes a point that they stick with, I foresee continued hostilities, because look, and this isn't getting reported much, but I read in the Wall Street Journal late last night that the UAE was even firing missiles and drones at Iran in defense, right? So these other oil producing states are going to ensure that Iran does not take over territorial control of the strait. So the whole thing at that point comes down to this: if they insist on control, hostilities will continue. If they agree to negotiate away from control, I think a deal can be reached.
Okay, I have a couple thoughts. I think the Trump administration, I started to say we, but it's not we, because other presidents didn't fall for the trap. I think the Trump administration has miscalculated Iran in a couple very big ways. And to me, they're pretty obvious ways. Like, I've known this for a long time. I don't know why they didn't. But first of all, they don't care about their people. Like, we care about our children. If you and I are in a fight, that's one thing. But then if you somehow bring my kids in and threaten them, it's like, oh, hold on. This horse of a different color. They don't care. So if we knocked out their infrastructure and the desalination plants and things like that, so long as they have water and light, they're okay. And then the second thing is, I don't think the regime wants peace. I can't imagine in my lifetime without true regime change. I can't imagine anything that looks like the current regime or the past regime ever making a deal and really sticking with it, because I don't think they want it. They don't live for peace. They live for war. They live for taking over and Sharia law and the whole thing. And fine, that's what you do. But when they're your opponent, I think you have to put that into the algorithm, and just sinking their navy to the bottom of the ocean doesn't do that.
Well, you're 100% correct on that, Dave. And I think the administration knew that to a large measure, because the very opening salvos in February were all focused squarely on taking out the Iranian governmental leadership. I mean, that's what they were trying to do. They killed the Ayatollah. They've presumably, at least according to reports, his son is severely injured. In fact, he may have even lost a leg. They took out scores of generals. That was the initial thrust. Take out the leadership. And once you take out the leadership, the hope is that the people would rise up. The problem is that there was enough scattered government officials to maintain control. And so that never happened. And now, they're buried in, you're not going to find them now. And so the likelihood of there being regime change is slim to none at this point. So I think they knew it. And I think that's why they tried to take out that leadership, Where do we go from here? Oh, I 100% agree with you. They're not rational in terms of trying to protect their country. They're trying to protect their own power and to foster their version of conflict on the world, because that gives them presence and it gives them power when other countries are afraid of them. And also, don't forget, by empowering Hezbollah, they're also continuing to take on through these third parties, but they're continuing to take on directly fighting Israel. So no, I don't think you're ever going to have true peace. The only thing that goes in favor of maybe some kind of peace is that the February war knocked out most of the factories that Iran has that could produce these missiles and drones. And so that will have an impact. We saw them launching missiles recently, but that can only go so far because they're going to run out of munitions and they don't have the ability to restock.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but maybe the only effective thing would just be like, hey, look, every time you guys get up on your feet, we're going to knock you down again. So stay on your knees. Like, all this fancy pants, pie in the sky, peace talks, we're never going to be peaceful with them. They're never going to be peaceful with their neighbors. It's just who they are. It's like the frog and the scorpion.
Oh, 100% right. And Trump says a lot of things, and I try not to listen to too much of what Trump says. I look at what he does, because what he says is kind of meaningless. What he does has meaning. He said on Air Force One yesterday that every time they hit us once, we're going to hit them 20 times. And what we've seen over the last 24, 48 hours is that, in effect, that the strike ratio, maybe not exactly 20-1, but it is elevated. So I think that's the current posture, to try to, as you put it, keep them on their knees, at least politically, militarily, aggressively, keep them on their knees, force them into an agreement. And then when they break that agreement, then you could build a coalition of countries to come in and put a stop to it.
Brad, what is your take on this crazy weekend at Bernie's Mitch McConnell thing that's going on?
Well, this isn't new. All right. Every time there have been times in the past when senators have been wheeled in on gurneys with literally IV bottles stuck in their arms to come in and cast votes. All right. If you've got a pulse, you can vote. And I think that's what's going on right now. Obviously with Mitch, he's not in good shape. But the real issue is that you look at Bashir in Kentucky, and he has a legitimate need to know, is Mitch McConnell alive or on life support? Because the consequences are the state has to replace him. And so the governor is empowered to do that. And he could even, in theory, appoint himself to the U.S. Senate. I don't think he would do that because it looks bad, but he could do it in theory. So it's a legitimate question, and silence always begets speculation, right?
True.
So when you don't hear anything from the Mitch McConnell camp, then you've got these AI pictures that are floating around of Mitch looking like he's on life support on board the Starship Enterprise. They got all these things keeping him alive. I don't think that's real. But the question is, if you don't provide answers, you allow then people to speculate.
He's evidently capable of having several 17-minute phone conversations per day.
Wow, and that makes him qualified to be a U.S. senator. I mean, come on. You got to be able to do more than have a couple of conversations on the phone. And listen, the real issue is if someone's sick and they're under the weather, so to speak, if there's a likelihood that you're going to get better, then you roll with it. But if he's on a downward trajectory towards life support, at that point, the mechanisms need to be triggered to go forward with his replacement.
All right, we're talking to our buddy attorney Brad Young. Going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll talk about a couple of interesting court cases, and we'll get Brad's opinion on the Plattner deal in Maine.
Bill, that's a big smile for an old politician.
I'm thinking about our plan. It's slick enough to make a lobbyist blush. First, we hoodwink voters with Amendment 5. Tell them it's a tax cut. Once they're hooked, we decide who pays the higher taxes.
So it's not a tax cut plan, and we don't get a say?
Right, just swaps who pays the tax, but it does remove 3 voter-passed taxpayer constitutional protections. That lets us levy new taxes on services, increase sales taxes, and even tax home sales. And voters will no longer get to vote on tax hikes.
Higher sales taxes on groceries, gas, service taxes on doctor visits, childcare, and even rent on apartments. Jeez. Taxes could exceed 20%.
Sure, they figure that up to 80% of taxpayers will pay more taxes. Many, hundreds more. Seniors, they'll get hit even harder. But our big donors will cut a fat hog.
The ones getting butchered by Amendment 5 are most taxpayers. I'm voting no on 5.
Paid for by Missourians for fair taxation.
What if everything you learned in history class was only half the story? I'm Dr. Hrini Bott, host of Hidden History. Every Monday, I go where history gets mysterious. Vanished civilizations, doomsday prophecies, paranormal phenomena, and events that science still can't fully explain. On Hidden History, I treat these moments like open case files. Not myths, not superstition, just incomplete explanations waiting for a closer look. Listen to and follow Hidden History, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
You work hard, follow the rules, and get absolutely slammed by taxes. Your paycheck taxed, your property taxed, everything you buy taxed. Missouri's tax system isn't broken, it's rigged against you. The lawyers and lobbyists working for big corporations and the super rich buried over 200 loopholes for themselves in our tax code. While they pay nothing on the services they use, working families are taxed over and over. It's no wonder they're lying about Amendment 5. Our corrupt tax system is rigged in their favor. They're getting a free ride on your back. Don't believe their lies. The truth is, Amendment 5 closes loopholes exploited by the super rich and slashes taxes paid by Missouri's working families, phasing out income taxes and cutting property taxes. They finally pay what they owe while you keep what you earn. Vote yes on Amendment 5. Paid for by Missouri Promise PAC.
Listen up. If you have not paid self-employment, business, or individual taxes in years, the IRS will find you. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. I offer real solutions. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Story, today and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. At the Lance Story Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Story Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Taking care of yourself should fit into your life, not complicated. Neovitin Original Formula is a complete daily multivitamin designed to support your everyday wellness routine with essential vitamins, minerals, and a natural ingredient blend, all in just 2 daily tablets. Subscribe online at neovitin.com for monthly delivery or shop Neovitin at your local Schnucks and Dearborn. Neovitin Original Formula is physician formulated to fit easily into your everyday routine. All of our vitamins are manufactured in a certified GMP facility in the USA. Neovitin, make nutrition easy.
Still here, still trusted. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS and KMOX 222, talking to attorney Brad Young. Okay, so this Plattner guy in Maine, and I'm not trying to be whatever here, but we're used to hearing these kind of allegations about Republicans. And, now we have a Democrat with all this dirty laundry and, allegations of rape. I mean, what do you think? I mean, take it over.
Well, before I dive into that, I got to tell you, every bumper song you played today was from my was exactly from my playlist when I was rocking the VFWs in Southern Illinois in the 80s. I'm just,
Love it.
Just letting you know that.
Love it. Yeah.
Well, no, but back to your question. Listen, this whole thing really comes down to two things. I think if I could simplify it down to two particular issues. Number one, I think the broader story here is not that Graham Plattner is dropping out. It's one race, it's one guy. We've seen this rise fit this national pattern of anti-establishment, Bernie-style, Democrat socialists or progressive populists, and they're gaining traction. Okay, and this doesn't necessarily slow that down. But what it does expose is that when you have these situations where people are anti-establishment, they're populists, they don't come from the elected ranks, they rise up and run for office, these people aren't properly vetted. And when you have, I don't care on either side, look, Trump wasn't vetted and he still got elected because of, I think, his overwhelming personality. But listen, if he were a regular politician, he never would have made it through the primary with his background. So when you have these populist people, whether it's on the right or on the left or somewhere in between, when they're not properly vetted by the electoral process, then you risk what we're seeing play out right here, which is people coming out of the woodwork, people making allegations. It happens over and over and over again with these anti-establishment people on the right and left. So that's the risk that you're seeing, and that's the risk that the Democrats were hoping to minimize because Graham Plattner, he's got some personality going, and I think they were hoping he could ride this out once the snakes started coming out of the grass, so to speak.
Brad, I'm going to fall on my sword here. I could talk fairly intelligently for about 60 seconds about populists, but flesh it out for us. Like when you say that on the left and on the right, describe that movement for me.
A populist movement is basically rooted in emotion, not in logic. So, for example, Reagan was not exactly a populist. Even though people loved him, he wasn't exactly a populist because he was coming out with plans and ideas that were based on, you could agree with them or disagree with them, right? But he had plans. I've got a 3-core plan. I want to reduce taxes. I want to improve the defense spending of our country, and I want to reduce the size of government. Those are logical plans, not emotional plans. When you look at populism, whether it's Bernie Sanders, whether it's Donald Trump, whether it's Graham Plattner, it's not based on logic or a plan. It's based on someone's getting screwed, someone's doing the screwing, and if you elect me, I'll fight for you to stop you from being screwed. And it's basically, if you look back at 1913, it was very much the same thing. We saw the same thing also under the Teddy Roosevelt administration. He was a true populist. He didn't have specific detailed plans. He just went out there and said, bully, I'm going to fight for you. And people liked him, right? So that's the essence, I think. And maybe a political science professor might disagree with me. But if you look at each and every one of these populist movements from either the right or the left, they're not based on a plan. They're not based on logic. They're based on emotion.
So at least with Teddy Roosevelt, at least my impressions is that he is one of the greatest presidents. So even though he may not have had a specific plan, he must have figured one out, right?
Well, he did things, but not according to ideology. All right. He did not. He came in and said, I'm going to fight for national parks. That didn't fit within some sort of ideology. It fit within his scheme that he loved to be outdoors. All right. And at the same time, if you look at him and William Howard Taft being back-to-back presidents, that to me is a master class. Both were Republicans, but Taft looked at the Constitution by saying, I'm not going to do anything unless the Constitution tells me I can do it.
Yeah.
Roosevelt said, I'm going to do everything I can unless the Constitution tells me I can't. And so those are two different visions. That's why I love those guys next together historically, because you can learn from that.
Brad, we only have like 60 seconds left, but I wanted to bring this up to you. I think lawyers are the most disappointing professionals ever. Like, we let some real idiots out. I think law school's too easy. I'm watching, like, the Charlie Kirk stuff, and I'm watching these people, and I'm like, you got this case? Like, big cases have lawyers that seem like they couldn't litigate their way out of a wet bag.
Oh, 100% agree. Listen, I know some lawyers that are pure idiots and morons. Okay, I know them. I'm not going to give them names, but I could tell you privately after about the fourth beer. But the point being is that, yeah, I think law school needs to be tougher. I think there needs to be more screening. But listen, law schools are about making money. Yeah. And if they get tougher, that means fewer people go. They make less money, just like any education center in our country.
All right, brother. Thank you. We appreciate it.
My pleasure, guys.
It's 2:28. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Who's been talking about St. Louis sports since 1985? Bernie Miklasz.
One thing I can absolutely swear to about Ollie Marmol, Ollie welcomes being challenged. If you're a fan and there's something that he does that bugs you, tell it to him directly. You don't have to hide behind some stupid name. You don't have to be a coward. Just ask him directly.
Bernie Miklasz. Hear what he has to say on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
I'm Dr. Colleen Bosler with the Audiology Center, and I'm talking with my associate, Dr. Adam Voss. What happens to a person's brain when they ignore their hearing loss?
There is such a strong connection between the ear and the brain. Ignoring your hearing loss can cause the brain to become lazy and the speech areas in the brain to shrink. This is partially why you can hear the words, but you cannot understand them. If a hearing loss goes untreated for too long, it may cause an irreversible change in the brain. It is incredibly important to have your hearing screened at 60 or older, or sooner if you're noticing difficulty. And the sooner someone treats their hearing loss, the better and quicker their brain will adapt to hearing sound again. Studies show that those who get hearing aids, even with a mild hearing loss, are much more successful hearing aid users as compared to those that wait longer.
So call us today to get your comprehensive hearing evaluation with one of our doctors. 636-441-7470. Or visit us online, theaudiologycenterstl.com.
Summer is officially here, and that means the family internet, it is working overtime. All our lives are always online, and that's why I rely on i3 Broadband. Traditional cable just can't keep up, but i3 delivers 100% true fiber directly into my home for ultra-smooth, reliable performance. Plus, they're a local provider that actually treats you like a neighbor. Skip the fake fiber. Head over to i3broadband.com/radio today or call 866-806-5485 to upgrade, because life runs better on fiber, and i3 Broadband is here for you.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Partly sunny skies, kind of hot this afternoon and definitely more humid, 93 degrees, and we'll be keeping an eye out for scattered showers and thunderstorms. The stronger storms will produce heavy downpours of rain, thunder and lightning, and some gusty winds. So let's keep an eye on the sky. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms, 75. Still unsettled on Friday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, 89. That trend continues Friday night. Starts to get better over the weekend. Saturday, partly sunny, a couple of showers and thunderstorms, but fading, 87 degrees. Sunday looking fine, partly sunny, and 87. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Why pay full insurance when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Let's take a break.
Good idea.
Hey, Tom, what are you doing on that Amendment 4?
You know we fought for our freedom and rights. I'm not giving them away without a fight.
4 takes them?
That's exactly what 4 does. For over 100 years, Missouri voters have used our constitutional power to act when the politicians refused. I'll be darned if I'm voting to pass on less freedom and power to my kids.
And doesn't 4 also kill majority rule?
Yup. Creates minority rule, or just 5% of the most liberal statewide voters in one Missouri congressional district that block any citizen-led reform. making it nearly impossible to pass common-sense conservative citizen ballot measures.
That's crazy town stuff.
And we've needed our citizen ballot measure power to pass some big conservative stuff, like outlawing tax hikes without voter approval, lobbyist reforms, and term limits for career politicians.
No way I'm letting a tiny fraction of liberals derail our conservative power. I'm no on Amendment 4.
Hard no on 4.
Petty 4 buttons are inch per care governance.
Today, the Cards, the Brewers.
Ameren Total Access 550. First pitch 6:45.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Our conversation with Ricky Horton is sponsored by Rawlings. Visit the Rawlings experience at Westport.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Time to talk to our pal Ricky Horton. Hey, Rick.
Hey, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing well, my brother. Doing well. Thank God we got that win last night. Jeez.
Oh, man. Well, you know what we finally did is we found a guy who was having a birthday that day. So apparently, you know, it was Michael McGreevy's birthday yesterday, and he was nailed. He was awesome. And what I heard after the game was 8 times in a row when a Cardinal starter has started on his birthday, they've won. No team has that kind of record. So my thought is, do we know anybody who was born on July 9th that we can just sign for today and have them go out there? But, yes, we needed it. You know, the Brewers have been obviously playing good. But, you know, the other thing I'd say, though, about us needing it is we're only 4 days removed from having one of the best road trips you could possibly imagine. That just happened.
Yes.
So it's funny how I feel like because of the last 2 seasons, we get panicky faster than we used to. And I think that's understandable.
I agree.
It's understandable, though.
Yeah. So, Rick, you don't have to be a ball player at all to watch Mizrachi and know there's something special going on. But as a former pro pitcher, just analyze him for me.
Yeah, well, you know, I used to say back in my day, you know, the question always was, who would you pay to see play? My answer was always Nolan Ryan, because he was the guy of that era that was just eye-popping. And Mizrachi is eye-popping in the same way. Nobody's throwing 105, 106 miles an hour on the planet. And, I mean, 7 billion people, and he's the hardest-throwing guy. And you get to watch him play. I mean, that's a pretty cool thing, really, if you think about it. And it's pretty heady stuff. But, you know, what's interesting about him is the dude kind of pitches, too. He's not kind of a one-trick pony. He has a good little slider. He throws a little cutter, and I mean, he's just got it all, honestly. And so he's head and shoulders above everybody as long as, you know, he doesn't make mistakes, which fortunately he did a couple of times. Cardinals got a couple of home runs off of him, but not enough to beat him.
I love that Herrera, an hour before the game, turned the pitching machine up to 107.
Yeah. That's called prep, isn't it? How about that prep? I mean, and there's so many tools out there right now for players to do those kind of things. Visual tools. You can, you know, kind of hit off of a guy, you know, kind of virtually, and they have machines and setups to do that. So, I mean, it really is pretty amazing how hard you have to work to catch up to 106. That's what, 0.4 seconds after it leaves his hand to where it's at home. And not only do you have to time it right, you better be swinging at the right spot and better know that it's not coming at your head.
That's right. Yeah, I was thinking about that, Rick. I never made it high enough in baseball. I don't think I've ever been hit by a pitch faster than 75. And so watching these guys get hit by 100-mile-an-hour pitches, seeing McGreevy take one to the sternum, line drive at 104, like, I mean, we know that they're different, not from us because you're one of them, but different from me, but sometimes they just seem like aliens.
Yeah, no doubt. I actually remember when I saw the McGreevy thing, the first thing I thought of was my good friend Todd Worrell getting hit in the chest by Jeff Blauser with the Braves. He got hit by a line drive. And what happens in those moments, you throw it so fast, you're getting rid of it, and it's already there. You're still kind of finishing your pitch. He hits it so fast, you're almost still finishing your pitch, and then you get hit. I mean, it happens boom, boom, like that. Yeah. And Worrell got hit in the chest, and it was like a Charlie Brown cartoon. It like knocked him off the back of the mound. So the way I told the story last night is after the game, we were kind of, once we found out he was breathing, we said, that was funny. He goes, no, it's still not funny. He still didn't like it.
That's great. What's the worst shot you took?
I took one off my thigh by a guy named Juan Beniquez in Baltimore when I was pitching for the White Sox, and it was the same deal. I threw the pitch, he hit it. I was still finishing my pitch, and I was feeling it in my thigh. I ran over, threw him out at first base. I hobbled over, threw him out at first base, walked in. It was the final out, and the manager said, "You're out of the game." And I said, "No, I'll be fine." He said, "No, you won't." And he was right. I mean, it bruised up and swelled up, and there was no chance. I was hobbling around for a couple of days.
Rick, we've talked about this a lot, just the genius of the game of baseball, the fact that the bases were laid out perfectly in the 1800s, it still works.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about, because I know the season always hasn't always been 162, but it seems just unavoidable that after 162 games, it's going to reveal who you are, and you are what your record says. You've earned it.
Yeah. It always happens that way, and we're at a time where I think the Cardinals have proven that they can be resilient enough to still keep playing. I mean, they're going to have their ups and their downs, but they're still kind of, you can't say it's fluky now when you're up to close to 100 games played. I mean, it's like, okay, that's who they are is a team that's going to be scrappy, young. Jordan Walker's going to be good. Herrera's going to be a good hitter. Weatherholt's, I mean, you've got more than you thought you had. So just enjoy that and go along with the ride. And by the way, it's time for us to start rooting against Miami. Forget rooting against the Cubs. I mean, you can, because that's fun. But I think the team that we're most interested in losing every night right now is the Miami Marlins, because in 3 or 4 weeks, when we start paying more attention to wild card possibilities, that's going to be a team we're going to be competing with.
Okay. I've been listening with great interest to Wheeler and Ackerman and Paulie and these guys talking about this conundrum that we faced. Certainly since Dustin May took one off the ankle and we out in the first inning. Yeah. But this whole, I know the guys don't always agree with him, but I love how definitive Ollie is about his decisions. And I have to praise him for prioritizing long-term health over winning a game or two.
Yeah, and that's what he did in the doubleheader against Milwaukee, and there's a large segment of people who didn't like what he did, but what he did he had to do because of what you just said. He had to get extra rest for McGreevy, which showed last night. Now, McGreevy was adamant that he didn't need it, but I would say he did. And Palante getting an extra day, they were both kind of going to benefit from that, and that's what he's doing. He's protecting guys for the long term because he wants McGreevy and Palante to be strong in August and in September and for the rest of their career. And the Cardinals pitchers just don't get hurt as much. Rajic got hurt last week, but you're right. Ollie does a great job of protecting guys. And by the way, you use the word conundrum, and that makes me think of something John Rooney's been saying. Every time I use a big word, he says, there's a word you don't hear in the clubhouse very often. That's what Mike Shannon used to say all the time.
That's great.
I love it.
That's great. Rick, is the All-Star break long enough to make any real difference on the bodies of the guys?
Yeah, I think the biggest difference that it makes, well, you get to rest. I think rest is a workout. I'm learning that in a podcast I'm listening to is don't forget rest is part of your workout. Rest is a workout day, and what you're doing is you're working on letting your body reform muscles and all of that. I mean, I think it's a terrific thought, and the All-Star break is that. However, for pitchers especially, don't be surprised when the guys come back after the All-Star break and their command isn't as good. There's something about not touching a baseball. Now, they're going to try to touch a ball as much as they can, even on those off days. But you can kind of get off kilter a little bit with your mechanics and your feel, and that typically happens for pitchers post All-Star break.
Rick, I just saw that Jordan Walker is going to take part in the Home Run Derby. You've seen him take BP a million times. How do you think he'll do?
Well, the next time I watch the Home Run Derby will be the first time I watch the Home Run Derby because I don't like it. I can't stand it.
I knew that.
But it's just not my thing. It's like the antithesis of the game to me. And so it's like watching, if you're a golf fan, watching a long drive competition. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can watch it for 2 minutes and then, okay, that's enough. I'm done. I mean, okay, the guy hit it 400 yards. Next guy hit it 400 yards. They can't golf, but they can do that. So I just don't like the home run derby. But I think Jordan will be good at it. And I'm kind of glad he's doing it because I think the more recognition he gets is a good thing for the Cardinals. It's a good thing for him personally. And I think it's a good thing to get his story out there about just what he's been able to do coming back from where he was the last couple of years.
I agree. Rick, one more topic here, and I know that you guys have to be careful and not get too political about the club.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'd love to get your thoughts on just this. A why in the road, and I think the Cardinals organization have to be happy at how much passion there is for the team this year, but also they can't make long-term decisions just to make people happy for the next few weeks. And I know Heim has said from the beginning, if there's a short-term decision and a long-term decision, I'm always going long, but talk a little bit about that as we're only 24, 25 days from the trade deadline.
Yeah, I think the biggest risk is to make 20% of people happy by doing a move that doesn't make sense, which in the long runs makes 70% or 80% of people unhappy. And I think so. You're always going to have people unhappy with what you do. It's just that's life, right? But I think they're committed to not making a decision that's going to hurt 2027, 2028. It doesn't mean you're not trying to compete. Obviously, they've been doing that. So to make a splash that hurts your, every team has a board of who they think is going to be on their team next year, the next year, and the next year. I've seen those boards in the kind of in their special coaches' rooms. I mean, they plot it out for 3 or 4 years down the road. And if you're talking about subtracting something from 2029 in order to win a wild card in 2026, I think you're going to think twice about doing that.
That's good analysis. What's on your agenda other than getting out on the golf course for your All-Star break?
Oh, Ann and I are going to go to Big Cedar Lodge. We're going to have a nice little trip and just kind of enjoy a couple of nice dinners and just kind of get away. And we're, the season is kind of hard on a marriage, so we're grateful to get together and just have some time, her and I.
That's awesome, brother. You deserve it. Have a great time. And tonight I'll be in the section right below you, front row, so give me a wave.
Oh, I will definitely do that. Come see us.
All right, my pal.
Cardinals fans, this is Ricky Horton. Have you ever had a dream of meeting your favorite former Cardinals? You can make those dreams come true all season long with St. Louis Cardinals alumni experiences. You can join me and other former Cardinals players at events including Cardinals Conversations, Fans at Bat, Turn 2 with Ozzy, Cardinals Kids Clinics, and Cardinals Fantasy Camps. Don't miss your chance to make lifelong memories. Visit cardinals.com/alumni for more information.
If you're craving baseball conversations about your favorite players, alumni, and franchise memories, you'll love that Cardinals Magazine is dedicated to the stories that matter most to you. From Gold Gloves to championship rings, from the Wizard and Willie to Albert, Yachty, Uncle Charlie, and well beyond. Their careers define our pages. Treat yourself or a friend to a subscription today at cardinals.com/magazine. Cardinals Magazine, past, present, and future, it's all here.
If you're having a major project done at your house, it can be a long process. It can be kind of tedious or frustrating, and hopefully, though, when it's all done, you can stand back and look and think, oh my gosh, this is an incredible improvement. Sometimes it doesn't work that way, though, if you choose the wrong company. That's why I'm telling you that if you're thinking about a major project in your outdoor space, even a minor project, call Chesterfield Fence and Deck, because Chesterfield Fence and Deck is the sign you have the very best. They only use the highest quality products. They have their own installation crews with years of experience. That is extremely important. And Chesterfield Fence and Deck has been around for 58 years, a quality company, and they offer value. They're not going to be your cheapest bid, but they're going to be the best, and it's going to last for years to come. So you can stand back and think, money well spent. They'll offer you 48 months interest-free financing if you mention me, Debbie Monterey. Stop by and visit visit them or visit them online right now at chesterfieldfence.com. Chesterfield Fence and Deck.
It doesn't get any more iconic than the world-famous Budweiser Clydesdales. You've seen them in commercials. Of course, they're part of opening day in St. Louis. And how special is it that you can see these gentle giants up close and in person at their home in Soulard? Of course, I'm talking about the Anheuser-Busch Brewery. It's the home of Budweiser, and it's the home of our favorite horses, the Clydesdales. Check out the Clydesdale VIP experience. There's nothing quite like it, and there's nothing better than wrapping up your tour with an ice-cold Budweiser in the beer garden. BudweiserTours.com.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDRURYLaw.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS 249. We have Wiggins coming up at 3. Dave Murray, 3:30. Mike Elam's going to be here to talk Amendment 4 and 5, which I'm very interested in at 4 p.m. Rach, tell me about the high school team trying to hold on to their name.
I love this story. So I believe this is out in California. Yes. There is a high school, Marysville High School, their mascot has long been known as the Indians. And, it's 2026. A lot of people are saying, you got to get rid of Indians as your mascot name. We don't like that anymore. And there's actually a law in California that prohibits K through 12 schools from using, quote, derogatory Native American terms as team names or mascots. But there's a big carve out in that law, and that is schools can keep using them if they are able to secure written approval from a nearby federally recognized tribe. So what Marysville High School has been doing is they have been reaching out to local tribal representatives and saying, will you please sign off and allow us to keep our name? And the tribes have opted to remain neutral. They say they offer neither support nor opposition and no written consent. So I don't know. I just think that's kind of funny. We get to keep our name because everybody's cool with it.
Right.
Hey, we just need you to sign this thing saying you're cool. And they're like, nah, we're good. We're not gonna get involved, but we're also not gonna tell you that it's okay. Which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I respect that position.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, just saying, look,
you guys can handle this one amongst yourselves.
Is it the Freeburg midgets across?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
And remember that a couple years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And people complained, and they had a hearing, and they listened to everyone, and they were like, nah, we're going to keep it. Sorry to disappoint you.
That's what they wanted to do.
Speaking of we people, the Minions, you've always had them clocked as satanic?
I've always known that the Minions were of Satan, yes. But now moms across the country are finally waking up to the fact that the Minions are of the devil. That's because this new movie that's coming out, Minions and Monsters, has the Minions opening a spell book and summoning a spell in order to achieve whatever ends that the Minions are getting
That's
into.
enough right there. Mm-hmm.
So that is causing a little bit of satanic panic. But I've been saying this whole time. Don't let those Minions into your home.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, anything that takes the Minions out, I'm for.
Let's not forget, the Minions are canonically evil.
Yeah, they work for evil people.
They work for villains.
So this movie that's coming out now, Minions and Monsters, is set in 1927. And the Minions accidentally become silent movie stars in Hollywood, but then they lose their fame with the rise of the talkies because if you know anything about Minions, you know they only speak Minionese.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not able to learn their lines and participate in the talkies movies. So they get a hold of an evil sorcerer that they actually used to work for because they're satanic.
They're minions.
And they resort to witchcraft in order to summon the monsters, thus Minions and Monsters.
That's the year my mom was born. I wonder if she's in it.
1927.
She's one of the Minions.
Oh, completely could have been. 4'6", full of pure fury. Difficult to understand at best. Yep, she could have done that.
I have never seen I've never seen Despicable Me. I've never seen any of the Minions movies, so I don't know much about them.
Yeah.
But there is a young lady on TikTok who is fluent in Minionese.
I've heard of this.
And she will sing like popular songs in Minionese, but she does it very straight, very serious.
Yeah.
And it is one of my favorite things to stumble across.
I think
she
people
does an amazing job.
People speak Klingon.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Klingon, Elvish.
Elvish is a big one.
Sindarin, which I think is slightly different from Elvish.
We should make up our own language.
We should make it up really fast before Kevin gets back.
Oh, there you go.
And then we just do the show in that language on
He wouldn't
Monday.
even care, though. That's the thing, is we could be speaking in a
just
totally different
yell at
language.
us. What are you doing?
No, he'd be like, I don't care.
What?
Not making any sense.
What? What is this? What is this? And why would you be doing it?
I got at least 5 texts last night from friends, which is rare, talking about the show. And they were so mad at Wheeler because of his take on Widow's Bay.
It was a bad take. It was a bad. I not to get after my boy when he's not here, but it was a bad take.
I keep
It's
thinking
the only time to get after him.
I keep thinking the show's name is Widow's Peak
Yeah, because of the hair.
because of the hair.
It's a hair thing.
I always had the opposite of a widow's peak. Had the old reverse. Did you guys hear this terrible story from, I think it's South America, where a flight instructor took up a student
Yes.
and then said to the student, a young woman, you know how to land this plane, and jumped out.
Yes. Monstrously cruel thing to do to someone.
Yeah.
Like, aside from the fact that you're, like, taking your own life in front of another person, which I think is a very, very cruel thing to do to them.
Agreed.
To do it in a situation where there is a high chance that they themselves will not be able to survive it is unimaginably
don't make your last act on Earth a total D move.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case.
But she was able to land the plane.
Yeah, good for her.
I guess he was right.
Just traumatized for life.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you guys about Mosby Building Arts. I don't know there's anyone who really would fight very hard against the statement that Mosby is the gold standard of remodeling in St. Louis. Every room in your house they can do. They can do your basement. They can do an outdoor feature for you. Anything that you have seen online or at a friend's house, you went to a Mexican resort, you loved XYZ, bring us a picture. Show us on the internet. We'll make it happen. They're having the freebies going on all summer. For July, we're doing basements and decks. So if you were to finish your basement, we're going to give you all of the flooring for free. If you got the flooring covered, take 5% off the project. Same thing with a deck. We're going to give you all of the lighting for free. Again, you have the choice to say, no, thank you. I'll take the 5% off. They are rarely going to be the lowest bid because we're not those kind of people. But I promise you this is true. By the time the project is over and they wipe down their kitchen island and say, here's the bill, we're going to be very competitive, if not even a little lower than the lowballing guys, because the game they play is nickel and diming you. Oh gosh, we didn't realize that this was going to happen. That's going to be $8,000 more. We don't play that game. 314-909-1800. Call Mosby.com.
We are on the biggest stage in the world right now, and you know I am talking about soccer. The whole world is paying attention, and FanDuel has decided to change the game. And as you know, if you bet soccer, that sometimes your player gets subbed out, and then what happens? Your bet goes with them. Well, FanDuel says we have a better way to do it. That's not happening anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues with the substitute. So you are still in it until the final whistle. Just go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started now. I've been telling you about this app for many, many months. I love using it. It's easy to use. All the information you need is right there. FanDuel.com/Missouri. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at Amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Ethos.
Astronomers will see deeper into the universe with a massive new space telescope being built by Raytheon. The RTX subsidiary announced it's building a large space telescope for the Lazuli Space Observatory, featuring a 3.1-meter primary mirror, which will be the largest unobstructed telescope aperture ever launched, with a mission to study planets and distant galaxies. Raytheon plans to deliver the telescope in 2028. I'm Jason Brooks.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, it is a cloudy sky. Right now, 84 degrees downtown at the Arch. Governor Kehoe signs a package of bills into law that includes tougher penalties for drunk drivers who kill someone. Under a new measure called Bentley and Mason's Law, intoxicated drivers whose actions leave a child without a parent or guardian can be held financially responsible for that child's upbringing. The law also sets a minimum of 5 years in prison for some fatal DWI convictions and 10 years without parole for repeat offenders. A separate bill in the package requires adult websites to verify verify users' ages. 2 individuals are in custody and facing parental kidnapping charges related to the remains found in Illinois.
According to a post on the Deloge Police Department's Facebook page, 32-year-old Ronell Marquise Jones and 35-year-old Kirsty Dora are being held without bond while facing parental kidnapping and harassment charges. While the St. Clair County Coroner's Office has not identified the remains, the Deloge Police Department says they believe the remains belong to Jones's son, who he is accused of kidnapping. According to Jones's probable cause statement, the mother of the child contacted police on June 12th. She said in April of 2024, Jones allegedly drove off with the child in his car, and the mother has not seen her child since. The statement says Jones gave various answers to law enforcement when asked where the child was. He claimed the child was in the custody of the state before later saying he dropped him off at an Amish community in Mississippi where he would visit him. It was later determined through witnesses the child was deceased. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
From ABC News, in court in Utah, Charlie Kirk's friends and family are listening to video evidence in a pretrial hearing for Tyler Robinson, the person accused of shooting and killing him last fall. The hearing has lasted all week, and today prosecutors played a video interview with Robinson's roommate and romantic partner, Lance Twiggs. Twiggs told interviewers that the two never discussed politics or Charlie Kirk at length. More from ABC's Alex Stone, who was there, says the judge allowed most of the interview to be played in court.
Still, there was so much in it, and all of those text messages going back and forth. I mean, saying where Lance Twiggs said to him, "You're the one who did it, right?" And Tyler Robinson saying, I'm sorry, and text messages going on talking about the rifle and that they were worried about if the rifle was going to be found by police, and saying that he had decided to do it only a couple of days beforehand.
Illinois farmers will have access to diagnostic tools and technology to repair their tractors and other equipment on their own, thanks to a new settlement. Right to repair is an issue we've been covering on KMOX. Roger Plummer with more.
In April, John Deere agreed to pay $99 million to settle a class action lawsuit involving farmers' rights to repair their own equipment. In Deere's new 10-year settlement with Illinois, 4 other states, and the Federal Trade Commission, Deere will make available to farmers and independent repair shops tools to read, clear, and reset electronic fault codes and reprogram electronic components.
Charter Communications is closing its operations center in Town and Country by September 8th. According to the filing with the state by the now Connecticut-based company, it'll mean 107 layoffs. Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index now. We go to Stifel and Scott Bedell. Scott.
Good afternoon, Michael. Hello, everyone. A rebound day in major stock indexes as investors try and take the renewed hostilities with Iran in stride. At the 3 p.m. close, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was up 139 points, or 0.25%, finishing at 52,487. The Standard & Poor's 500 index advanced 0.8% to 7,543, while the NASDAQ Composite Index, the big winner on today, gained 1.3% to finish at 26,206. The Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index also moving higher today, up 0.4% to just shy of 1,700. Looking at some companies of local interest, Stifel Financial added 3.33% at $75.74. Belden Corporation gained 2% at $107.99. Build-A-Bear Workshops advanced a little bit more than 3%. They finish at $31.15. On the downside, Clayton-based Olin lost 3.75% at $20.19, while Bellring Brands tumbled 7.75%. They finish at $12.15. For KMOX, this has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, we invite you to explore our website at stifel.com.
Feeling like summertime this afternoon, partly sunny skies, 93 for the high, and definitely a jump up in the humidity, and that in turn is going to pop showers and thunderstorms scattered about during the afternoon hours. Some of the storms, though widespread severe weather is not likely, but some of these storms will produce very heavy downpours of rain, thunder, lightning, and some gusty winds, so we kind of have to pay attention. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms, 75. Still unsettled Friday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, 89 degrees. That continues Friday night. Saturday, partly sunny. Couple of showers and storms around, but fading, 87. Sunday, partly sunny, 87. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Forecast is sponsored by Steve Butts and the entire Crawford Butts family. Wish America a very happy 250th. As America celebrates its 250th anniversary, Steve Butts and everybody at Crawford Butts Insurance extend their heartfelt wishes for a safe and joyous 4th of July celebration. For generations, Crawford Butts has been proud to serve the community. Steve Butts and the entire Crawford Butts family wish America a very happy 250th. Current conditions right now, cloudy sky, 84 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Honey, I found the one.
Oh, I thought I was the one.
Oh, you are, but this one's certified, background check, shows up on time, and can install all the ceiling fans.
Heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing. Trusted pros who do it right.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. A few minutes past 3 p.m. Every Wednesday, which I know is confusing because today's Thursday, but Ryan Wiggins comes down from 97.1, spends about an hour with us. So you're in the big chair today.
Yeah, I was hosting. Annie just went on vacation, so I stepped in and pinch hit.
How you like it?
I love it for about an hour, and then you're like, oh, I'm still going. You're like, I have to fill this time. It is one of the most intimidating things in the world before you ever enter into talk. I've said before, I came from music radio. So coming into talk, I had a lot of experience in radio. And I came in and was just like, you have to do what?
Yeah.
You're the content?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I know.
It's intimidating. But then you figure it out.
Trish and I are like besties, and I tell her all the time, like, what you guys do on the music side it's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
That I could not do. And you know me well enough. I'm always fascinated by people who can do things I can't do. But it's just like sheep and cattle. Like they're two different things.
Once you get trained in one, it's really hard to change your mindset too. Because if you go from talk to music, unless you're doing a morning show that really allows you to breathe and do a lot, and you're playing a song once per half hour, then it's almost like a talk show anyway. But aside from that, you get in there and you go, oh, I'm not supposed to talk for very long. Like, shut up and move on. But the opposite is true when you go from music to talk.
Yeah.
Because I remember stepping in the studio for the first time, and I think it actually was with Annie. I don't think the first time was with you guys. And she asked me some question about J.B. Pritzker. And I was like, oh, yeah, I know the answer. Let me explain this.
Yeah.
But I also felt like, but I shouldn't take very long because I'm coming from music. I need to keep this to 30 seconds.
Right.
So I was like, pop, pop, pop. And she just looked at me like, that was too fast.
Yeah.
And I felt uncomfortable. I was like, oh, this is a different way of going about communications.
The very first time I ever cracked a mic on radio was as a guest on Stephen DC, because I was advertising my divorce mediation company. And I had people in, they had me in, and Courtney Landrum from The Courtney Show, dear friend, awesome person, was the producer. And she was in studio, and the boys were taking calls that I would then respond to. And so, for real, I'm not exaggerating, maybe 4 times in a row, a caller would call and give this really detailed, so I'm going through a divorce and my wife wants to have my 401k and blah, 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 blah. And I would just do this. I could mediate that. And that's all I would say. And so I did that 4 times for real. And Courtney, I just hear, and she slides me a note that says, answer the GD effing question.
Oh.
Swear to God.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. And then right after that's when I started making the play for, I think I could do this professionally. Oh, yeah, because you killed it on that interview.
Right.
So.
Well, it's funny because in that circumstance, you come into somebody else's territory and you feel like, I can't take this. This is what you do.
Yeah.
If I say too much, I'm stepping on you.
Yeah.
And especially in talk radio, the opposite is true. If you're there, it's because you're there to talk.
Right.
not the opposite. Like, yes, say whatever you want.
Yeah, this talk radio, especially the way that we do it, because we do it similarly, is the closest thing I ever want to do to improv.
Okay.
I don't want to do improv. That makes me nervous and sweaty. But this is pretty close, you know? Like, anytime I ever have an issue with any of the guys, it's like, don't leave me hanging. If I say something really stupid, just tell me that was really stupid. Don't be silent, because that's the killer in a talk show.
Have you ever tried improv? Like on a stage or anything?
No.
You would never do it? No, I'm asking. Would you ever do it?
I don't think so.
I've never really done stage improv in that way. I was part of a comedy group that did some stuff, but not like that right out of college. And the one thing I hated, and everybody, like, it's a cliche that they give you this advice in improv, that they say, oh, it's always yes and. You've heard that. Everybody's heard that.
Yep.
You're supposed to take whatever was happening and say, yeah, and just add to it and you keep it going.
Yeah.
I think that advice is so bad for comedy because the friction is what makes it funny. And sometimes allowing somebody to hang out to dry is the funniest thing you can do. And so when they would give that advice, I always hated it. And I wasn't really involved like in a Second City type environment or anything. So it wasn't like, oh man, he's really breaking the rules. But I always thought that the really good ones, they probably heard that and went out the other and did whatever they wanted.
Okay, with improv too, don't you guys think it's really, really fun for the people doing it? And then the people who go to see it are generally of that world too, and they're enjoying it too. But like, I always felt like if I were to go being completely outside of that environment, I don't know how much I would be like loving and enjoying the sketches, because it's like, it's almost like a language you don't get. If you're not like in, is it that entertaining and funny, or is it more entertaining and funny because you like, oh, I would have done it that way, or yada, yada, yada.
I have gone to see improv before, like at Second City up in Chicago.
Oh,
I'm
really?
doing it again when I go back up there in a month or so. And I thought it was great.
Okay.
Like, it's an interesting kind of comedy because I don't recall a single thing that happened. I remember laughing very hard and having a good time. But I think one of the keys to good improv is kind of bringing the audience in on it, right? Like, not necessarily audience participation, but more just like, hey, we're all in this room laughing, making these jokes like together. Yeah. You don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You kind of have to go in with that open mindset. You have to kind of go in with the mindset that's like, these people are just making it up on the spot versus like a practiced routine.
I still have an unanswered question, which will probably remain unanswered. Whether I could do stand-up well in front of strangers. Because I've done 7-8 shows now, and they've all gone really well, but it's people who knew me, bought tickets, know my sense of humor, know my backstory, as opposed to if I drove to Kansas City and did an open mic night. Would anyone be like, did he say monkey mask? Like, what the hell is he, you know?
Yeah, they already know you.
Have you done that?
I used to write stand-up for a guy. I never really did stand-up, and I was really young, and I really enjoyed writing it. So one of the weirdest things I ever did, after I was off of your show, no, this was before that. I don't know if this ever came up, though. I wrote stand-up for a very short time for Victoria Jackson from Saturday Night Live. Did I mention this? Okay.
Yes.
And I thought it was some of the best stuff I'd ever written, but she didn't really love it. Like, she gave me a shot, and I'm like, hey, great, that's great. Like, thank you very much. But she didn't get what I was doing, which was writing in her voice, because I don't know that she had fully embraced her voice because that's who she is. It wasn't a character. So I didn't quite catch that, oh, you're not doing a character, like, because I was making her character bigger than life. And she was like, no, that's not me. I'm like, oh, I'm actually supposed to write just for you as a person, and that's who you are. And so it never quite connected, but I still have all that material, and I've adapted it to where I just would love to try to do that material sometime. I don't know when I ever would or where, but it would probably
Opening
be
for Dave at the next DGS Live.
There you go.
Open invitation.
Yeah,
you know
why
what?
wouldn't you? You should
I mean,
do
if
it.
that ever happens, I would consider that because it's and it could flop. But I mean, I'd rather flop with you guys than in front of people I don't know, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's intimidating, though.
Yeah, you can only flop so bad in front of friendly people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they're rooting for you.
Plus, here's the other thing. You guys know this, and you'll get this. In the 26-year history of the DGS, if we listed the top 100 moments, 98 of them would be mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the show is great, is when, like, didn't see that coming, and then we just riff on it for the next hour.
Yeah.
I wish I could say it's because of my brilliant preparation and writing, but I don't remember any of those.
Right.
It's always the ones where something goes off the rail.
Yeah. And people assume, too, that because you're a public speaker, because you're on the radio, that going and doing public speaking in person is pretty much an easy transition. It's not.
No.
It's completely different because we're in a room by ourselves right now.
Yeah.
And when you can see people and you're in front of an audience, I'm getting ready to do my brother's wedding this weekend. And he's like, oh, this will be easy for you. And I'm like, man, I've been thinking about that more than anything.
Yeah.
And I'm only on with you for 5 minutes.
There's an inverse relationship for me. Whether I'm on stage playing music or I'm on stage doing comedy, the more people out there, the more comfortable I am. You put me in front of 50 people, I'll find a way to screw that up.
You want to know what's funny? You know who else I've heard say almost the exact same thing? You're not going to believe it. Stephen Curtis Chapman. Of all the he's a big Christian.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't even listen to Christian music, you probably heard that name. And he said the same thing. We did little events in Christian radio where he was in arenas and he'd be like, "Oh, this is fine," but playing in front of 10 people, he's like, "Ah, this is awkward."
Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah, one of the very first times, because I made quite a bit of money just doing speeches. I just one day said, "Hey, you can hire me," and people did, and I did it. And the very first one I did was about 100 people. And there was a guy in the front row who was just stone-faced. And everyone else was loving it, and they're laughing. I had him in the palm of my hand. This guy, you couldn't move him. You couldn't get any emotion out of him. And he's all I thought about. And so when I finished the speech, I was just like so despondent. And he came walking up, and I'm like, this is going to suck. And he was like, that was just about the best speech I've ever heard. And yeah, he loved it. He just had a resting bitch face or something. So,
dude,
you just never know.
That is tough. That is really tough. I had a pastor once tell me that about me, but I was in the audience. When I first started going to church, I guess I was there to like study because I would sit there stone faced and listen to the pastor. And I guess from his perspective, I looked like I was hating him. But I wasn't. I was just listening. And later, once I got to know that pastor, I was actually going to church. He's like, hey, I want to let you know, for a long time, I thought you hated my guts, and I thought you were there to kill me or something. I'm like, really? Oh, man, that's weird.
Weird.
Yeah.
We're talking to Wiggins. Dave Murray's going to join us at 3:35. DGS, happy Thursday.
There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Here's reason 17. In today's new world, many law firms have had money injected into their firms by Wall Street, private equity, and other lenders. This money usually comes in at very, very high interest rates. It's one of the reasons you see so many lawyers advertising. I'm John Morgan. This money is expensive and the interest compounds quickly. These law firms can have a huge need for cash just to pay that debt. Why does it matter to you? My fear is your case is settled early and for far less than it's worth, just to service the loan that has mafia-like rates. Our financial strength is your advantage. That plus our reputation makes our firm your firm. Visit forthepeople.com to see our results and verdicts. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
How We Made Your Mother is a rewatch podcast that looks back episode by episode at the hit TV show How I Met Your Mother. It's hosted by me, Josh Radnor, along with series co-creator Craig Thomas.
In seasons 1 and 2, we were joined by Neil Patrick Harris, Kobe Smulders, Bryan Cranston, Ashley Williams, Wayne Brady, Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey, Joe Manganiello, and my brilliant co-creator Carter Bays, and now we are diving into season 3.
So whether it's your 50th rewatch or your first time through, follow How We Made Your Mother wherever you get your podcast.
You're in charge of ordering boxes. Small boxes, big boxes, really big boxes. You're in charge of tape, labels, mailers, bubble wrap, extra bubble wrap, just for fun. You're in charge of warehouse cleaning and safety supplies. Good thing there's Uline. Thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline makes it easy because you already do enough. Uline, we warehouse for you.
With the new MyLowe's Pro Rewards American Express card, earn 3 points per dollar spent on Lowe's qualifying purchases for the first 6 months after card account opening. Plus, save 5% every day on eligible purchases at Lowe's and earn points on eligible purchases everywhere else Amex is accepted. Card members get more at Lowe's. Subject to credit approval. 5% can't be combined with any other offer. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Points subject to loyalty terms at Lowe's.com/terms and credit reward terms at Synchrony.com/MLPRA-terms. Visit Lowe's.com/business credit.
Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
You work hard, follow the rules, and get absolutely slammed by taxes. Your paycheck, taxed. Your property, taxed. Everything you buy, taxed. Missouri's tax system isn't broken, it's rigged against you. The lawyers and lobbyists working for big corporations and the super rich buried over 200 loopholes for themselves in our tax code. While they pay nothing on the services they use, working families are taxed over and over. It's no wonder they're lying about Amendment 5. Our corrupt tax system is rigged in their favor. They're getting a free ride on your back. Don't believe their lies. The truth is, Amendment 5 closes loopholes exploited by the super rich and slashes taxes paid by Missouri's working families, phasing out income taxes and cutting property taxes. They finally pay what they owe while you keep what you earn. Vote yes on Amendment 5. Paid for by Missouri Promise PAC.
Hi, I'm Mark Cantor. The people around here are hardworking people, just like you. And when someone in your family gets hurt in a car wreck, everything can change very fast. That's why having a local lawyer matters. At Cantor Injury Law, we know these towns, these roads, and the people who drive them every day. When you call us, you're calling a local team with boots on the ground, ready to fight for you. You can count on Cantor.
CantorInjuryLaw.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
Hey, St. Louis, need to sell your home fast? The Gelman team with eXp Realty can make you an instant cash offer in just 24 hours. No showings, no repairs, no waiting. Visit thegelmanteam.com or give them a call at 314-336-1991.
Built on a century. Focused on today. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
It is a damn shame that people on the stream can't hear our bumper music because this may not be the best talk show ever. I may not be the best host ever, but this is the best music ever. Very eclectic.
What was that?
That was Enough is Enough.
By?
Enough is Enough.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was the song
The name of the
about
song
themselves?
is New Thing.
New Thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy's last name is actually Znuff.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Is that true?
It's fun when you can turn your name into a fun title.
That makes me mad. I don't know why it makes me mad. That makes me mad.
You're
I don't like that.
You're angry at Enough's Enough?
I don't like Enough one bit.
That's funny.
No, thank you.
That's funny.
Your name is Enough.
What if you were given 6 months paid leave, but you had to pursue something? Could be anything you want. Could be a new skill, could be honing a skill you have, but that's your full-time job. What do you guys think you'd do?
I would write. I would write books and also realize that at the end of that 6 months, I would be broke. Because
no, you're paid.
Oh, but at the end of the 6 months, then you have to start making money again.
Well, no. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't realize you'd get this deep.
Okay.
No, like you have your job now.
Okay.
and they want you to take 6 months.
Oh, it's
and
a sabbatical.
You're welcome back with open arms.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're fired
Free
and you got
time.
a severance.
No, free time.
You just get 6 months.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I would definitely write novels. I love it, but it's such intense work and it's such little payout, and like so few people end up actually reading your work that you poured over.
How did you do with your books?
Fine. You know, my first book, Life of Human, I think that was 2021. That book did pretty well, and I think after that I released The Grocery List, which is purely comedy.
I loved it.
Okay, good.
I did. I loved it.
Good. You can read that like 10 minutes.
Because I know you.
Yeah.
And your voice was in my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But that was cool. And now I'm writing another novel. Actually, it's a trilogy that's I tend to write comedy. And I am trying, based on your prompt here, I am actually doing this, trying to push myself to write non-comedy and write an actual like scary book where you feel really uncomfortable the whole time you're reading it. And I'm done with the first one, halfway done with the second one, and halfway done with the third one already.
Wow.
So that's what I would do, because I actually like doing that. It just takes me so long to do it. If I had 6 months, I'd knock them out.
I have a question about your writing process.
Yes.
Can I be in it?
Can you be in the process?
Can I be in the book?
Like just name
That
a
wasn't
character
a question
Andrew?
about process at all.
Can I be one of the guys in the book?
I guess I'm going to have to go back to my process and see if there's a reason to name a character Andrew who is you.
So there's like a find and replace that you can do on like a word
I know
processor?
I can just change a name, but don't you want to be you? Or do you want to be just a name?
I'll know.
What?
You can actually name it whatever. I'll know.
Andrew's like, it's okay. Just thank me first.
Yes,
for the
if I could.
acknowledgements."
Yes, if I could be thanked in the acknowledgement instead of your wife and children, I would really.
That's an
appreciate
interesting question,
that.
though. Is there anyone in your life, professionally or personally, who would belong in a horror book? Doesn't mean they have to be the monster.
Ooh.
You better say it, the three of us.
The Dave Glover character would be a good guy, though.
The thing that you need in the morning, when you first wake up.
Total Information AM.
I like to be informed with the news and like to know, like in the mornings, I like to know what's going on.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
It's always smart to know what's going on.
Your morning news and information.
The national and local news.
Weather.
Sports.
I like the traffic reports.
Total Information AM.
I listen to it in the mornings, so it really gets me going.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
McKelvey Homes is breaking ground on something new in O'Fallon, Strawberry Farms. When McKelvey builds something, they do it right. Visit McKelvey Homes to schedule a tour at Strawberry Farms in O'Fallon. Visit McKelveyHomes.com today and move up to McKelvey.
Bill, that's a big smile for an old politician.
I'm thinking about our plan. It's slick enough to make a lobbyist blush. First, we hoodwink voters with Amendment 5. Tell them it's a tax cut. Once they're hooked, we decide who pays the higher taxes.
So it's not a tax cut plan, and we don't get a say?
Right, just swaps who pays the tax, but it does remove 3 voter-passed taxpayer constitutional protections. That lets us levy new taxes on services, increase sales taxes, and even tax home sales. And voters will no longer get to vote on tax hikes.
Higher sales taxes on groceries, gas, service taxes on doctor visits, childcare, and even rent on apartments. Jeez. Taxes could exceed 20%.
Sure, they figure that up to 80% of taxpayers will pay more taxes. Many, hundreds more. Seniors, they'll get hit even harder. But our big donors will cut a fat hog.
The ones getting butchered by Amendment 5 are most taxpayers. I'm voting no on 5.
Paid for by Missourians for fair taxation.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, scattered showers around the area are slowing traffic in general, but some places it's a little worse than others. So working an injury crash right now, northbound 270 midway between Gravois and 44. Right lanes blocked, traffic jammed. Back close to the Sappington Road overpass. If you're southbound on 270, you've got delays from 364 all the way down through to about Big Bend, and then it backs up again 44 down through that Gravois area. Looking at that northbound wreck, by the way, North 270 is also slow. In the Maryland Heights area, the right lane's Dorset bogged down all the way up to Highway 70. 44 eastbound is backed up from Bowles up to 270 because of all the volume at 270. Westbound's kind of slow coming through 270 and then both sides of 141. Westbound 64 from the Science Center headed out through Bellevue, from Lindbergh out to 270. Clarkson to Topgolf, that's all heavy. Slow at Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to Highway 70. Westbound Highway 70 has slow stuff around the Rock Road, west of 94 through Zunbelt, TR Hughes through K, A to Z. Eastbound 70 has a roadwork back up from near the Warrington roundabout all the way in through the Wright City Rest area. Southbound 55 right through Highway M and midway down to Z is heavy. And Illinois drivers, of course, eastbound 64 approaching 111 to 157. Eastbound 5570 from 64 through 203, and westbound 5570 heavy from 255 through 111. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
You know, here in St. Louis, word of mouth still matters, and I'm pretty careful about who I recommend, especially when it comes to something as personal as estate planning. I'm Tom Ackerman. My family has been working with the Lederman Law Firm for over 20 years now, and the reason is simple. They don't just create documents and send you on your way. They help make sure your plan works. Because let's be honest, life changes. Family needs and circumstances change. Laws change. But most estate plans don't change over time as needs, circumstances, and laws change. They're outdated, sitting in a drawer. People assume they're fine, and their plan will work when they need it to work. At the Lederman Law Firm, it's not a one-time transaction. It's an ongoing process. They build a plan to protect your family and your assets, and then for a fixed annual fee, they help keep it up to date as both your life and assets change. Check out the Lederman Law Firm at LedermanLaw.com or give them a call at 314-514-9100. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
After a disaster, emotional recovery takes time. Show Me Hope Missouri is here for you with free confidential support. Counselors help with stress, coping skills, and connect to resources. If the St. Louis tornado impacted you, visit moshowmehope.org from Missouri Department of Mental Health.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by McKelvey Homes.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 334. Ryan Wiggins hanging out with us for the hour. Dave Murray joins us courtesy of the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center. Hello, Dave.
Hello there.
How are
wigging
things?
Wigging it today.
Wigging out.
That's like my last name.
Enough's enough.
Yeah, Andrew just broke my heart telling me that Chip Zanoff changed his name from Rabowski.
Gregory Rybarski.
Okay.
Is his real name. I can't believe Chips Enough was a made-up name. That's so...
He fooled me for 30 years. Dave, before we get to the weather, where I was just asking the guys if you could get a 6-month sabbatical, which you kind of have, and get full
It's kind
pay,
of a permanent one.
but you have to focus on something that you already do or something that you want to do. Would it be steel drum? Would it be golf? Like, what would you spend your 6 months?
I would want to work at a golf architectural firm.
Interesting. Like planning out the courses?
And help design golf courses, yeah.
Very interesting. I didn't know you're that into golf.
I used to be. Not so much anymore, just because I'm an old, you know what. It's not as enjoyable as it used to be, but
So you're kind of a wheeler. You want to be good at what you do.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not that I get frustrated. It's just like, you know what? At one point, early on, like in high school, I was down to like a 2-3 handicap.
Oh, damn.
I'm not even close. I mean, I'm like a 19 now. So it's a little frustrating.
My goal
but
is
I
to be a
did,
19.
the Treetop Golf Course down by the river.
Yeah.
Merrimack.
Yeah.
I did that one. I designed that one.
I thought you had designed.
Wow.
That's not the only one, though, right?
No, there's another one on the east side.
I played that one.
Okay.
And every time I would play it in high school and beyond, somebody go, you know who designed this course? Dave Murray. And I didn't know if it was true. I thought maybe it was a legend.
Yeah.
It was an urban legend.
Yeah.
No, I did. It was kind of designed as a 9-hole course and then with two sets of tees so you could play 18.
Yeah.
What is the biggest challenge in designing a course?
Oh, everything. Everything's a challenge. You got to take a look at the land, what the owner wants to do, obviously, how much money they want to spend, and all that kind of stuff. Down at Treetop, we tried to elevate some of the greens. This was a long time ago. I don't know how elevated they are now, but just account for flooding, so that we knew the course was going to flood. It always does down there, and so you try to elevate the greens a little bit.
Very interesting. Do you can you enjoy a poorly designed course?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you know what? I can usually pick out who the designer was without knowing, just by the layout and some of the looks of it. You can kind of pick it up.
What's the your favorite course? Maybe not the most expensive or well known, but the one that like you just love it.
I do like I like the Bay course at Kapalua on Maui, which just happens to be closed right now. It's a very enjoyable course to play. I kind of grew up playing at Rhode Island Country Club in my high school days. Love that course. Just love that course. There's a par 3 on that course. It's number 17. It can range from like a sand wedge to a 4-iron.
Wow.
And it's an elevated tee and an elevated green.
Cool.
Just depending on the winds.
Yeah,
got to factor in the winds. I've done some work with Hale Irwin's group with weather information and how to pull the course together.
Yeah, I'm back in. I'm back into playing. I didn't play. I would play once a year maybe for like the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And then I met my new best friend, Ed Curtis, who's probably listening now, 84-year-old dude, awesome guy, knows everyone in the world, and is a golf instructor. So we go out, we play 9, 18, and he instructs me as we play.
Oh, that's neat. You don't get upset.
No, I don't. No. Which is weird because you may remember I was banned from playing games on my own show for a year because I'm such an a-hole loser. But for some reason, playing golf, I guess I don't have that high of expectations for myself.
Yeah. One of my who turned into one of my best friends. We had met on Maui. He's from Chicago, and really good golfer, way better than me. And we were on, I think it was the 9th hole, and he was getting really PO'd with his game. He was getting really, really upset, and he also has a cell phone on all the time. So going down the 9th fairway, I grabbed his phone. I said, "This is going away for the rest of this round. You're not going to look at it. But better yet, you're so upset." And I said, "Look up. Just look up. Look where you are. You're in the middle of the 9th fairway. And it's all Pacific Ocean. Deep blue. Beautiful." And I said, "What's the point of being upset?"
Yeah.
And he mellowed out, played a great round of golf. And it was just, I was like his therapist for 9 holes.
Nice. I did that with a guy one time, but it was his pants.
Think about your pants.
These are going away.
Going
okay.
away. It's either that or they're going back on.
You could. I mean, I'm not trying to transition to weather here, but you could do that today in St. Louis. Look around.
Yes.
Look at where you are.
Look how gorgeous. You are on Tucker Boulevard, my friend.
Well, that's something special. It's something just special.
Yeah, Dave, speaking of the weather, it sounds a little bit dicey, you know?
Yeah, a little bit, but I'm not overly excited about it. Like there are, so as Roger mentioned, there are a couple of showers around, little rumbles of thunder here and there. That will take us into the evening, and then it just kind of breaks down. Comes back late tonight, but very, very limited. Couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms around tomorrow, but also limited, a lot of dry time. I think tomorrow evening is fine. It's cloudy, but fine. Then more showers and thunderstorms late night. Saturday, partly sunny skies. I've got to keep some showers and thunderstorms out there, but they'll be fading as we go through the day. 87, and Sunday, partly sunny and 87 degrees. This is not a widespread severe weather outbreak.
Yeah.
Main feature, if you get under a strong storm, heavy downpours of rain, some thunder and lightning.
Dave, I love bringing up these stories to you, but I also hesitate because it makes you so mad. But there are a bunch of stories today out. The one I saw was on Drudge that discussing the relative benefits / risks of sending reflective particles into the sky to dim the sun, to affect the weather, and to bring down climate change. And some of the forces are really into this and ready to go. And science fiction?
My feeling when you start, no, I don't think it's necessarily science fiction. I think stuff like that could be done. But it's, why are you going to mess with this stuff? Why do you have to screw around with what Mother Nature is doing? Because most likely, yeah, you might solve one problem, but you're probably going to create a much bigger problem in the long run.
Yeah.
It's a big world out
launching
there.
Trillions of mirrors into the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
I think we should try it.
Yeah, I mean,
what do we have to lose?
Remember in like 2009 when that huge oil spill happened in the Gulf and everybody was like, "Oh, Obama, you really messed up," and it was going to be this tragedy for decades. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It became nothing.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, unless I'm missing something.
Exxon
Dave.
Valdez was kind of like that too. That this was going to, end life as we knew it.
Yeah.
But, nature has a way of really trying to take care of things.
Yeah.
Doesn't work all the time, but has a way.
Yeah, I mean, if
that's the line from Jurassic Park, I think. Nature has a way of really trying to take care of things. Jeff Goldblum says it.
I'm sort of a fan of those dork shows like If Humans Were Gone, and then they're like 100 years, the vines grow, and 1,000, it's like.
I love those.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun, and they're always they always like end on, but Mount Rushmore
right.
would still be here.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, yeah, Mount Rushmore's still there.
The only thing left.
Take that, aliens.
Rach, weren't you underwhelmed by Mount Rushmore?
No, it's just I saw it as a child, and you get there, and it's really far away.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you're seeing how huge it is. You are, but it's also like it's way over there.
Yeah.
You gotta
So you
stand.
can't get close to it?
No.
No. National Park is
the
a
point?
viewing area.
You can see it fine.
Yeah, you can see it fine.
Yeah.
It's just it's not like wow. I don't know how to put
No,
this.
I agree. I'm with you.
It's
I haven't
just,
seen
it's way
Andrew
over
that
there.
crestfallen in quite a while.
Yeah, were you planning a trip?
No.
Andrew saw Richie Rich whenever they have their own
Yes.
family Mount Rushmore, and they're like going inside of the head and
Yeah,
stuff. And
I
he
thought-
thought that's what the real Mount Rushmore was like.
I thought you'd really.
Can I
thought
camp on Lincoln?
I thought you were like feet away from it.
No.
It's there's like a valley or something.
How'd you be
It's
feet
neat
away
to
from
see.
Like
It's
you
neat
stand,
to
you
see.
could stand at the foot of it and the whole.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, no. I just went a couple years ago, and it is a little smaller than you'd expect.
Yeah.
But it is still like, what is the other one there that's Crazy Horse?
Yeah.
That they're building? That one is huge, and it's actually really impressive, but they're not done with it.
Yeah, I've never been, but I watched the special on how they carved it, and that's crazy.
It's cool.
That's really something.
Yeah, using old tech.
Yeah.
Step one: get really far away from everybody.
Build it in a place that people can't touch it.
That's probably a good idea.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
All righty.
We're going to end it right there awkwardly. Tell you guys about Zero Res. And, here's the deal. They've been with me for 15 years. They are completely legit. None of you out there get your carpets cleaned as often as you should. And before I had Zero Res as a client, I was exactly the same. I always say that on any given Tuesday, you can justify not going to the dentist and you can justify not getting your carpets clean because that's like an October thing. We can totally put it off till then. But then it gets to the point where it's like either just gamey or it's unhealthy. Unfortunately, with gravity, all the nastiness of life falls down into your carpets and just keeps going down into the piles there. They can take care of that for you. They don't leave behind any chemicals or soap. That's why they're called Zero Res, zero residue. Good people. You're not going to feel weird about having them in your house. They work their butts off. And based on the 30-day Gotta Love It guarantee, if you don't love it, you have 30 days to call them, and they will come out and enthusiastically do it again. They always have a special for you, and the special right now is 3 rooms, starting at $129, and you get your air ducts cleaned starting at $599 per unit, which is a big discount. 314-474-2020 or ZeroResSTL.com.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, they cleared the crash on northbound 270. This traffic reports a service of I-3 Broadband. It was north of Gravois. Traffic still backed up through Gravois, midway up to 44. South 270, of course, with the rain showers around the area. You've got delays south of 364 all the way down through that Gravois area. Eastbound 44 jams from Bowles up to the 270 interchange. Westbound, the right lanes are backed up at Lindbergh and then through 141 after that. Westbound 64, that's a solid jam now. Kings Highway out to Clayton Skinkers, slow to Big Bend. It's slow between Spady and Bowles, approaching Clarkson at Topgolf. And west of Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to 70. Then northbound 61 jams north of 70 all the way up to a crash at Highway P. So that's a little tough run there. Unfortunately, it is a solid jam. Westbound 70, some slow stuff at the city limits. A couple of pockets past the airport through 270. And from T.R. Hughes out to Bryan Road, it's kind of slow. Southbound 55, midway down from M to Highway Z is heavy. Eastbound 64, slow downtown across the Poplar. 64 jams approaching 111 to 157. And westbound 5570 jams from 255 most of the way to 111. When the kids are home for the summer, your house is a digital zoo of streaming and gaming. Switch to i3 Broadband and upgrade your summer. Head over to i3broadband.com/radio today or call 1-866-806-5485 to upgrade today. Because life runs faster and better on fiber, and i3 Broadband's here for you. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-day kitchen and bath. It's all about time.
Save time and money.
Do it now, don't wait till later. Call the top-notch renovator. It's about time.
3 days or less.
At 3-day kitchen and bath.
Retirement. Exciting in one way, scary in others. How do you find the financial advisor that covers all the bases? Join Greg Ayler Saturdays at 1 on Fire Your Financial Advisor.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business?
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more. So you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Ryan, I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but Dave said we had to play this song for you.
Oh, I'm not uncomfortable.
You cannot trust Rachel with anything.
You told her that, but she wasn't supposed to tell me?
That's right. Or anyone else, for that matter.
I'm okay with it. I mean, when I came in, you put your hand immediately on my thigh, so I knew.
Oh, that was your thigh?
It's probably heading in that direction. You make it to 4.
Can I talk about something kind of political?
Sure.
I hate politics.
I kind of low-key hate the new bike lanes downtown.
Okay, let's go there.
And to me, it's not just, it's practical. If you're not from here, the way that the do not enter signs are positioned, it looks like you can't go down Tucker. I've been down here since 1990. And other than police officers, I've never seen anyone on a bike. And it's also existential to me because to me, this is like, really? This is the most important thing to do to downtown St. Louis?
Yeah.
Like to provide for the non-existent bike riders and take away a lane of traffic and make it weird?
Now, if I could devil's advocate for a second, because I agree there's not many people riding bikes downtown, at least not while we're downtown and outside. But it is a lot easier to cross Tucker now as a pedestrian.
That's true.
And I think it was mostly a traffic calming measure rather than like, we have so much bike traffic. I think it was very intentionally was to make Tucker more narrow so that people are speeding less on Tucker. They feel less, empowered to just go 60 miles an hour. And yeah, so I think it has accomplished that. I really like the stripes they've painted for the pedestrian walkways. It just makes it easier to tell what's going on. And so, I mean, I appreciate that part. It also has gotten better since they painted the actual bike symbols and like put that green part on the bike lane. Because for a while they hadn't painted, and you would see people driving down that bike lane and like having nowhere to go all of the time.
Yeah.
So it was confusing for a second.
What do you think about the ancient 1989 Field of Dreams philosophy? If you build it, they will come.
Not downtown.
No?
No.
Don't you think that's the goal, though? Is that they're trying to make it more friendly for people to just enjoy the city in ways that they can't now?
See, to me, that's sort of like if I were going to try to make myself more attractive, and so I got bee sting lips, that's not the first place to start.
You don't think?
No.
Well, don't you like that there are newer roads, though?
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Like
that is nice.
The roads it feels like progress for once. And it feels like, something's new. This is encouraging.
Something got done.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should just be thankful that something happened.
I don't know. Maybe not. I changed my mind immediately.
Ryan's been all over the place this segment.
I love the idea of going on a scooter around the city, though. I've never done it, but when I see it, I go, someday.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. It looks fun.
As soon as I figure out which app to download.
Exactly.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Tell you guys about Mark Cantor, attorney at law. And my sell for Mark is pretty straightforward. He is a real plaintiff's attorney. He is a real trial attorney. How do you get to be a real trial attorney? You try hundreds of cases. You try hundreds of jury cases to completion. You don't settle them on the courthouse steps because you're afraid to pick a jury, because you don't know how to introduce a document, because you don't know when to object and what to object to, and you don't want to get sued for malpractice. That's I'm going to say the majority, in my experience as a practicing attorney, most trial attorneys just like to say that. I'm a litigator, but as soon as the judge says, let's pick a jury, they crap their pants. That's not Mark. He's ready to go. And you know who knows that? The judges, the defense attorneys, the insurance companies. So just having the Mark Cantor signature on your demand letter or your petition, that's capital. That's clout. He would love to talk to you if you or someone you care about has been injured and you think someone else may be responsible. 314-628-9999, CantorInjuryLaw.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
You work hard, follow the rules, and get absolutely slammed by taxes. Your paycheck taxed, your property taxed, everything you buy taxed. Missouri's tax system isn't broken, it's rigged against you. The lawyers and lobbyists working for big corporations and the super rich buried over $200